The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
It's showtime.
It is showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Circle de Debate Podcast, episode 126. Bienvenidos, señoras y señores, a Circle de Debates, capítulo 126. Ladies and gentlemen, host of TV is what I would see here with my brother from another mother, mi sangre, my blood. The man called Mr. DeLorean himself, because he is DeLorean himself. And ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't really need much introduction, but the video tells it.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
You don't need roads where this man takes you, man. He takes you back in time, everywhere, anywhere, from the WCW to the ECW to the WWF to even maybe NWA or TNA. It could be anything. That's why he is Mr. DeLorean himself, ladies and gentlemen, Mike De Niro.
What's good, man? I can't wait to start this show. I've been needing this show for a long time. And I just want to say, I know I've been, slacking with the DeLorean episodes. There's been a lot that's going on, but starting next week, I promise we will be back full-time schedule and we'll have all the classic shit back. So I ain't fell off. It's going to take a lot to take me down. So don't worry. DeLorean's coming back next week.
And the last thing you wanted to say is
you're lying.
They don't want that, damn it. Don't lie to them.
No, sir.
Oh, man, that is right. What is going on, Tino? Thank you for tuning in, man.
Thanks for being here, Tino.
That's right. That is right. Can't take Mike out.
Never.
I don't know. Never that. That is
this is my life.
That's right. But before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget on the bottom of your screen, for all you gents and ladies out there, make sure you want to purchase incredible items from Landscape.com. Make sure you enter the promo code DeLorean. You get 20% off all your merchandise. Also, all of our audio platform listeners that are listening as well. Make sure if you're buying anything at Manscaped.com, especially if you want to keep your balls nice and fresh and clean and smell great, and for the ladies as well, they have products for the ladies. Enter the promo code DeLorean, capitalize DeLorean, and get 20% off your merchandise when you purchase anything from Manscaped.com. So don't forget anything. That is right. But man, let's get into the action here. Let's start with wrestling news, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very quick. There's not much, but we got to talk about it because a lot of people were scared because when they heard the news of course, this man right here, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. That's right. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, as the investigation is over. However, the question was either there was rumors, speculations that he could have make his return back to WWE and take over where he left off, of course, as CEO and head of creative. But of course, a lot of people in the back are sources. We're opinionators. Remind you, ladies and gentlemen, we're opinionators. We're not Alvarez Meltzer, Sean Ross Apps, none of that. But their sources are telling him that he is not expected to return. Saying that he might return. But I'm going to ask Nero, should he come back or stay retired?
He should stay retired. It's evident that the WWE has been so much better since he's been gone. It's like night and day. The difference is incredible. Respect to everything Vince McMahon accomplished. We would not be here if there wasn't Vince McMahon. That's 100% facts. But with that being said, your time is done, homie. You've been in the game for like 50 fucking years. Go enjoy retirement. You know what I mean? This way now you don't got to pay off the paralegals. You could just go do what you want. You know what I mean? You don't got to worry about it. Go enjoy retirement. Your company's in good hands.
That's right. Absolutely. And the whole cost of this damn lawsuit was about $20 million that Vincent Kennedy McMahon will have to pay himself to the WWE out of his own personal pocket because of the whole, situations and the bribes that he's put there, the non-NDAs, all that's coming out of his pocket. But who cares? The man is still technically an owner of a WWE. So all the the stock shares that he's getting money. So it's not hurting him. It's like $100 for him. If you want to think about it, it's for him like, oh, here's $100, pal. Go spend it. Envy that motherfucker for that.
Just stay home and enjoy being a grandfather. You know what I mean? That's all I can say.
Oh yeah, definitely. Stay home, be a grandfather. It is in good hands because you know why we're gonna get into why it's in good hands. Because the third quarterly review right here, of course, the earnings was $304.6 million for the third quarter. Mind you, the post quarter was no Vincent Kennedy McMahon. This is all Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H. Even though the ticket sales was not as great, it was about 65,000. But overall than that, I mean, the revenue was incredibly great. And this is Papa H doing. They had a lot of viewerships from SummerSlam to Extreme Rules to Clash at the Castle. And Nick Khan extending the partnership with Hulu. And now they're in, I believe, another network in the Middle East that they're part of, Showmax now for WWE, which is great. So you can tell that they're doing fantastic moves, and it's getting us now back invested as WWE fans because we're seeing something fresh, something new. But give us your take, De Niro. How do you grade Papa H, Nick Khan, and Stephanie with their first quarter post no Vincent Kennedy McMahon?
I mean, you have to look at this as a major success. No Vince McMahon, and you're still, earning $304.6 million. That's not to be like frowned upon or looked down upon. You got to think that you don't just have a great show, but you have the numbers now to prove that you're a success, and the numbers don't lie. So I definitely think that this is a big win for the WWE, and I just hope that they continue to ride the momentum and continue to put out great wrestling, great product, and the product that the fans could get behind. Because if the fans can get behind the product, you're going to see more earnings because the fans are going to want to spend money. So I think that this is definitely a success, and I hope that it's only up from here.
Absolutely, I hope so too, and I can't wait. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to be the next quarter coming up, which I think is going to be the final quarter for WWE, and that's going to be something that I'll be like, oh shit, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm looking forward. I want to see what's going to be the outcome of it. And speaking of that, Papa H again doing wonders because he opened a door that nobody expected. And we got that door opening, and that is, of course, we got Shinsuke Nakamura. After this past week, the return of the event that happened in Pro Wrestling Noah, which was the Great Muta, who teamed up with Marufuji, and I forgot who was the other person he teamed up with, versus Tanahashi. And I forgot the other two individuals, but the aftermath, the screen went black, the whole stadium went black, and there was a vignette, and it was Shinsuke Nakamura making his announcement that on January the 1st, New Year's Day, he will be making his debut, I would say return mainly, to Pro Wrestling Noah, and he will be facing the Great Muta at, the Great Bash for the Great Muta in this matchup. And what the sources was reading about, like I had to read everything to make sure, was that they already had this plan. Muta wanted Nakamura. But, of course, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, that's why they didn't ask, because during his time, his tenure there, was kind of making it difficult. But now with him being gone, Papa H was the one that made the call. He said, hey, I heard you guys want Nakamura. Let's do it. Let's work together. Why the hell not? So thanks to Papa H to opening those doors. Now we're going to see Nakamura at Pro Wrestling Noah. And there's rumors in your windows that this card could be a super card, adding other WWE stars as well. There's rumors.
I saw one rumored match where.
Oh, I saw it. I know what you're talking about. Say it. So hold on. I gotta play.
If this happens,
I gotta play this. I know, but I have to play this. I have to. Damn it, where is it? Where is it?
This match already is going to be fucking awesome. But if the rumored matchup of Minoru Suzuki versus Sheamus happens on this show as well, then Wrestle Kingdom may be blown out the water by Pro Wrestling Noah. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, because Wrestle Kingdom, no, but it's gonna be new. It's the 4th, right? So it stays before. So I mean, which is fine. The only thing they're gonna have competition is New Year's Dash. So
no, I know it's not going to compete with. I'm just saying that this show might outshine Wrestle Kingdom. 100%. If you have Sheamus versus Minoru Suzuki and Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Great Muta, like,
yes.
I don't care. Like, I love Okada, I love Jay White, but that match happened 1,000 times. I'm not interested as much as this card.
If we get Minoru Suzuki and Sheamus, yes, but this could happen. But Tino made a good point on the comments. He said this could be possibly why they canceled day one. Maybe that could be the case. Maybe we might know. Probably they're working something together for a super show.
That's a really good point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, me neither. Until he brought it up, and good call on that one, Tino. But maybe that could be the reason why they canceled it. They wanted to do a super show, work along with Noah, and with Noah, I guess since now they have a working relationship with AEW, they even had to ask them, hey, we want to get Nakamura. Is it okay that we work with WWE? And of course, they said it's fine, which it should be. Why the hell would you ask? I mean, I know you don't want to break that relationship with AEW. But what the fuck have they done for you? They haven't done shit right now. And why the hell not? I mean, well, what's going on, Dom? That's right.
Dom was good, homie.
Yes, this is Dom in the comments. My guys, what's going on? Subscribe to Top Rope Wrestling.
Most definitely.
This is a match come true for me. I can get a Flanders one more time. Okay, I'll
give it to him.
Give it. There you go. That's for you, Dom.
I'll tell you this right now, like you said, this shit would not happen under Vince McMahon's watch. This is awesome. If you remember a couple weeks ago when we saw the Good Brothers come on to WWE television, we were talking about a possible WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling partnership. I said that I would like if Nakamura went over to New Japan.
Yep.
I did not expect this to happen. This was out of left field, and I love it. I love being surprised. I'm just really excited for this. So definitely, this matchup alone is a great matchup to have, especially on the retirement tour of the Great Muta. But if you do add to this and you do have more WWE talent on this show, then it's going to be something we never really seen in the last fucking 2-3 decades, because the WWE used to do that. They used to have the talents go to Japan and work in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I believe they had something, correct me if I'm wrong, it was called the World Peace Council.
Yes.
They had a show with All Japan, I believe.
Yes.
So this is shit that they used to do back in the day, and I always want them to do again, but WWE got away from that. So stuff like this is like a breath of fresh air, and I'm really excited to see this, and I'm really excited to see what's to come in the future.
Oh, absolutely. And I hope they have a future relationship. And even though this could be a one-time thing, but, with the speculation now why they want to get canceled, now it makes us wonder if maybe we might see more coming up. Announcements. I mean, or unless Triple H is like, just take the days off, guys. You guys deserve to be with your family. That could be the case.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I'm kind of glad that they allowed Nakamura to go over there and make amends for the Great Muta. Mm-hmm. And another thing too that I just realized, and I think you correct me if I'm wrong, Dinero, I think we never seen the Great Muta in a WWE ring, right?
The Great Muta, no. No. Like I feel like Muta and Liger were like the biggest names never to be in WWE, and then Liger finally came to NXT. I can't remember a time. Muta was more into WCW every time he went to the United States.
Okay. Let's see what Dom says. As far as the relationship with the E, you can hear our takes on the next episode of TRWT, brought to you by the Rewind Wrestling Network's Cheap Pop. Oh, no worries. Of course, I'll be. You didn't put the date. You got to put the date, man. You could have said, and we would have promoted it for you. We'll put it on the date, and we'll say it. That's right. But
I'm looking up right now. I do not see any history of the Great Muta in the WWE.
Never, right?
There's one matchup that it may actually, the Great Muta debuts against. No, actually, that's WCW. It was on WWE's YouTube page. It was the Great Muta's debut in WCW. But no, he never was in the WWE. So an absolute legend, one of the biggest names, if not the biggest name in Japanese wrestling history. So if you think about like the legends, Muta's up there with the fucking, the Inokis and the who's who. Ricky Choshu. Liger, Choshu. the list goes on and on of like the legends, but Muda's always been around. Like
Misawa, he's been with the four pillars of all Japan. He's there, man.
Think about Muda's reign. Muda, when he was wrestling against Hulk Hogan, he was wrestling against Sting, he was wrestling against Randy Savage, and then in the modern days, Muda still put it on great bangers against guys like Marufuji. I remember him in Ring of Honor in 2002 going against Homicide. Like Muda went against a who's who in this business. He went against everybody, I feel.
Yeah. And maybe this could be also like an opening door for him to be in the Hall of Fame for next year.
He maybe deserves it. He rightfully so. I mean, if Liger could be in the WWE Hall of Fame with one appearance, then Muda deserves it. Abdullah the Butcher never appeared for the WWE, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So shit. True.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Liger. If you remember, like when they put Liger in the Hall of Fame, it happened like right after Wrestle Kingdom when he finished his last two matches, and then they put him in the Hall of Fame. This could be the same thing here that we might see. That we might see him. Yeah. Be in the Hall of Fame, which I hope he does. I mean, he deserves it. I mean, even I would like to see Asuka induct him, or anybody who could induct him in the Hall of Fame. Maybe Sting could induct him into the Hall of Fame.
That would be awesome, but AEW would have to get off their ego shit and allow these things to happen.
Yeah, because Tony Khan's gonna be like, "Oh, you got to mention AEW, okay? You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to mention AEW, right, Tony?"
That's fucking bullshit.
You're fucking bullshit, all right? You're fucking bullshit. Bullshit, TK.
I do think it's cool that Pro Wrestling Noah did want to protect their partnership with the AEW, and I think it's also cool that AEW said that it's cool for them to work with the WWE. So hopefully this opens the door for not a partnership between WWE and AEW, but at least them being cordial towards each other.
Yeah. And by the way, Dom, that match is already announced. It's happening in Noah. I think January the 19th or the 23rd. That's going to be the
Are they going against each other, or are they teaming?
They're going to go. I heard they're going against each other. I don't know if it's a teaming, but I hope whatever. But it's announced that Sting will be going to Japan to compete I don't know if they're against Muda or with Muda. So I don't know. But it's already announced. So hopefully that could happen. Maybe one last time could be that case. So
I also would like to see one last match of him being himself. Because Kenji Muto also put on some bangers. So give me one more Muto match as well.
But I mean, we're seeing that so far. I mean, he just had one recently with Tanahashi as Kenji.
That's true.
So I mean,
to be honest, I'm still a little out of the loop with what's going on with Pro Wrestling Noah. So hopefully, I can watch more of it because their product is phenomenal.
They have really fantastic, but that's going to be on our New Japan show. So we're trying to catch up with everything, ladies and gentlemen. But, life gets to you sometimes. You see these bags? That's why Team No Sleep.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Why do you think these glasses are here? I'm fucking looking like a raccoon over here, bro.
Dom, see, chill on the ego thing, on that ego thing. He made that same deal with Jericho, went on Broken Skull. Oh, my God, please let it be against it. Yes. Well, I think it should be. And I hope so. But, we'll wait to see what's going to be the future relationship with Noah and WWE. I mean, my last take on this is something that Japan would like to see to come to the American audience, especially with this type of market of WWE. I'm not disrespecting AEW, but you have to understand WWE is a global market and is one of the number one top market in America of professional wrestling. So what better not to be getting exposure with that form with a global market like WWE. They have it all. So they could do that. New Japan could do that as well. So, I mean, I'm hoping we see these ventures happening in the near future and we can get our super show we've all been asking for. The Indy 500. Give us AEW, WWE, Pro Wrestling Noah, New Japan. Man, give us DDT, NWA, Impact. Just give us that. Add Ring of Honor to it, too. Yeah. Shit. I don't care. Just give us a big Mortal Kombat style tournament. That's what I like to
take it back to the Bloodsport, do the Kumite.
Oh, that's right. Hell yeah. I would love to see that.
Hell yeah.
All right. Now let's get into a brief, of course, Raw and SmackDown. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened this past weekend? I loved it, especially if you see on top right there, you saw Uncle Howdy, Uncle Howdy. Now, that was the one. I'm loving the fact that it's exclusive to SmackDown because it gives the audience to view SmackDown more. I'm not saying more than Raw, but I'm loving this by far. And let's see, so people can hate on like for Better. I'm looking at you, Devin. Oh man, but obviously the hottest thing is going on SmackDown is, this guy. Who else?
Very oozy.
You feeling very oozy, guys?
It's because you're not feeling oozy?
That could be it.
Amazing.
It's amazing how it wonders how this segment broke character for Roman and Jey Uso. But I am loving it. This is the hottest thing going on right now on SmackDown. The Bloodline, Bray Wyatt is the hottest thing going on right now. I hope we see more. We saw Gunther and Rey Mysterio, but it wasn't. Of course, we knew it was going to be a squash. But I want something better, and I'm happy that at least these two groups are doing that. They're keeping it up. Same for Raw. I love the fact that they put Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins, and I'm going to say this match was actually great. It was actually a banger matchup. I would like to see them work together more. I think if you put them together more, I think we could see Austin Theory's charisma develop more with the help of Seth Rollins because his charisma is through the roof. And adding Austin Theory to a feud with Rollins could really help elevate his career in the mic. And, in the ring, Austin Theory has it in the ring, hands down. But who can make him better, chemistry-wise, could be Rollins. And I will love that. And I, like the Nikki Cross, Bianca, but I don't know what direction they're going with that. I don't know what's going to happen after Crown Jewel, which we're going to get into. We don't know who's going to accompany the OC for Crown Jewel. It's a 6-man that's announced. It's not a 8-man tag match, intergender. So now it's that. Seeing the Brock Lesnar Lashley situation happening on that Raw, of course, where Lesnar was supposed to be a sit-down interview, then it happened. He come out of the ring, come fight me now, and then all this happened. I am liking how they're booking Lashley and making him look good on this. With Lesnar, it makes sense to me. I don't know how people sees it, but it makes sense to me. I feel, which we're going to get into the predictions, and I'm going to hold on to that. But, give us your take, Dinner, so far, your thoughts on what's going on SmackDown on Raw this past week. Is it getting you more invested? Are you liking how they're building these storylines, putting together? Man, give us your take on it, man. Give us your thoughts. What are your thoughts overall?
I thought both shows were very solid. Starting with SmackDown, we're going to go last week. SmackDown was a very solid show. I love what they're doing with the Bloodline. The Bloodline right now is so entertaining. Sami Zayn is just making gold out of everything he's doing on the fucking mic, in the ring. Like, Sami Zayn is the fucking man right now. And I'll tell you this right now. He is going to be the most over babyface when the Bloodline eventually turns on Sami Zayn.
Agreed.
I don't know if this is just me, but this whole teaming up with the Bloodline, it reminds me a lot of the rise of Daniel Bryan when right before the Yes Movement and became a megastar, he had that build where he was like getting recognized as the most entertaining guy on the show, good on the mic, entertaining, great in the ring. And I feel like I would not be mad if they pivot from whatever direction that they were going with and eventually Sami Zayn becomes a world champion. And I know people might get mad at that, but shit, if this guy does not deserve a fucking world heavyweight championship after the shit he's been doing with the Bloodline, then who does? Because he has been so entertaining. Like, I know it's probably not the best practice to go off the script and try to make, guys like Roman Reigns, your top guy, break character, but it's like a breath of fresh air. It feels good to like have those moments of Roman Reigns being a human and just laughing. You can't just be out there, acknowledge me, and fucking all mean mugging and shit. Like, it's cool to see that human side once again of Roman Reigns, and it's brought out to you by Sami Zayn. Like you said, the matchup between Gunther and Rey Mysterio, it was a squash match, but I like the dynamic of Rey Mysterio trying to go against the bigger guy. We've seen that his whole career, and he works really well as the ultimate underdog. But Gunther he's just too much, man. Those fucking chops, he's just too dangerous. And I think that right now his reign is very special as the IC champion because he's really bringing prestige back to that IC title. Oh, and by the way, fucking Uncle Howdy, the Bray Wyatt shit, I'm so intrigued. Keep it coming. You never know what to expect. You never know what's going to come out of the Bray Wyatt segments. So I think that the more that they do, you don't have a feud set up for Bray Wyatt yet, and I don't even care. This is just storyline and character development. So when eventually he does get his first feud, you're already so invested that you're salivating at him actually getting into the ring again. So what they're doing right now on SmackDown side is fucking amazing, and I can't sleep on what they're doing on Raw because Raw feels like a completely different show than SmackDown, but it is amazing, man. The fucking wrestling, like you said, Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory, amazing matchup. People forget how good Austin Theory is because he was shoved down our throats by Vince McMahon. But Austin Theory, when he was the Evolve World Champion for over a year, was putting on bangers. When he was in NXT, he was putting on bangers. And now we didn't really get to see that yet in the main roster until I think this matchup where this was an absolute stellar matchup with Seth Rollins. And it's hard for Seth Rollins at this point to have a bad matchup. And the shit with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, this feels like the way the feud should have been earlier in the year when they were going into Royal Rumble.
Good call.
I don't even want to remember that shit. Fuck that shit. This is them clashing for the first time in my head because this is how you do the feud. You have two monsters about to lock horns, and I'm very excited for that matchup, especially how they're building it up. They made Bobby Lashley an equal to Brock Lesnar. See, that's the difference. Last time in January when they were feuding before the Royal Rumble, you had Brock Lesnar be like, who are you? Remember, he was like, who's Bobby Lashley? Just totally shitting on the career of Bobby Lashley. And he has a remarkable career. So here you're making the two equals. And if anybody is Brock Lesnar's equal, it's Bobby Lashley, a man who's also an NCAA collegiate champion, a man who's also fought in MMA, a man who also dominated professional wrestling. Who else could say that besides Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley? So they are equals in my mind. So that's why I feel like this storyline, the way they're building it up, is fucking amazing, and I can't wait to see what happens at Crown Jewel. Thank you.
Well said. Well fucking said. You said it right. Well said, because it's the truth. It's a damn truth. And you're absolutely right how they're really booking Lashley and Lesnar. The fact that you kind of obsolete that Rumble feud. And I mean, you're seeing this a different way how you mentioned all their, their attributes, their credentials, they could be into that level. So, I mean,
yeah,
I hope so. I mean, but we'll get into Crown Jewel. We're going to get into it because from there, I'm going to give more my take on that matchup, especially. So, all right. So, man, might as well. So, let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get our predictions. Yes, for Crown Jewel, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get in our predictions.
Wonderful.
Yes, it is wonderful. I'll tell you that. It is fucking wonderful.
Where's Crown?
Shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
I always love that. Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
Well, at first we heard the rumors in your windows that it was supposed to be canceled, that they were not going to go anymore due to the political threats that is happening with Iran to the kingdom. And, of course, the government officials were advised, so according to them, we're going to advise them to be. However, looks like those rumors were false, and they're already there. So they're at the kingdom, but Saudi Arabia is letting them know that, the bombings will take place farther than that. I'm like, okay, but you're still, I guess they're having precautions. And I mean,
still must be a little scary,
hell yeah, I'll be scared. Hell yeah, I'll be scared. But man, it's gonna happen. 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon Eastern.
So early
11. Yes, and I'll be up. We'll be doing a watch along here on Circle the As I'll be joined by Devin from the Tribal Chief of Podcasting from Clark Street. I'll be joined by the real Tony Khan, TK, Tim King from the Wrestling Index. And of course, Mr. Universal himself, Nick Ditterding from the Universal Wrestling Podcast. They'll be joining me along to do this incredible watch along. So, make sure you keep an eye on it. We'll be keep an eye on us, and I'll put it up for tomorrow. You guys be ready for that. We'll be live, watch along early morning, and I'll be having my early brunch margarita. Well, actually, it's early breakfast for me. I'll be up at 8 in the morning. Shit. So that'll be my breakfast. It'll be breakfast with lamps, a chela. That's what it is. And I know my wife's going to kill me for that. But like, it started too early. I'm like, honey, it's a pay-per-view, okay? I need to watch this.
It's for my job.
Man, it's my job. But let's get into, we got 8 incredible matches they announced. I thought they were going to just keep it at 7. But I guess now it is Saudi Arabia. I guess you have to give them what they want. I guess, dirty heels. I had to say that because
gotta give the people what they want.
Gotta give the people what they want. And so, of course, we have to give the Prince 8 matches. And let's start with the first one. And that is, of course, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. As you have Asuka and Alexa Bliss versus Damage Control of Io Sky and Dakota Kai. As we did see this past Monday Night Raw, Asuka and Alexa Bliss regained the Tag Team Championships away from Damage Control. But I guess another rematch is set now for the Crown Jewel. And I feel like this is going to be the opening matchup for the event, which I don't mind for it to be. I mean, you have 4 incredible stars. I think this is going to be the first time for these 4 ladies. No, actually, more for Asuka and Io Sky and Dakota. Them going to Saudi Arabia. Alexa already been there. But I think the other 3 have not, that I can remember. But I don't mind this being an opening matchup. I mean, I'll go ahead and do my pick. I feel that we're going to see them retain. I think it's going to be a solid. For me, it's going to be solid. I'm not going to say, it's going to be the best match ever. No. It's going to be a solid. Yes. It's going to be a solid matchup. It's going to be A-OK. And they're going to impress the women out there. And for me, this is like you're seeing a lot of these international women stars going out there. Alexa, of course, representing the United States, but you have 2 women from Japan. You have Akai, I believe that she's from New Zealand or from Australia, from one of those 2. But, you have these international stars going out there and putting a performance. I'm curious of how they're going to dress up because what the whole – you got to cover your skin. Cover that skin, all right? You can't show –
Don't show too much wrist there.
Don't show too much wrist. You got to only show them right here. That's all you can show. But I think it's going to be a great opening matchup. I might be if they have a pre-show, this could be the pre-show. So I have Asuka and Alexa retaining, and this will be a good match. I think it's going to be good. Who do you got on this one, Dinner?
This is hard because I don't want to see the women's tag team titles get hot potatoed back and forth, and I wouldn't even have had Damage Control lose those titles. Personally, I'm going for Damage Control. I just don't want them to keep on losing and retaining the titles. But Damage Control should have never lost those titles, in my opinion. They're a great tag team, and I'm really invested in what they're doing right now. And I just want to see Io versus Asuka one-on-one. Give me that, please.
Oh, my God. We've been waiting for that forever, and it's still not been happening. Papa H, what the hell are you doing? Man, you got to give us
what I want.
We want to see Asuka and Io's one-on-one. That's all I want. Them one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a dream. It's gonna happen. I hope it happens after this shit. I hope it does. So you got Alexa and Asuka retaining.
Oh no, I got Damage Control.
All right. There we go.
Yeah, after that though, it's fucking please don't have these titles go back and forth. But like I said, Damage Control should have never lost those titles.
No. Well, yeah, agreed. All right, and then we got the next matchup. And that is the WWE the Undisputed Tag Team Championships, the Usos.
Especially one person that is,
It's because you're not feeling
Uzi?
You gotta be feeling Uzi, man, because I feel Uzi, and this is again it's a Brawling Brutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick right here. I got we them ones, baby. We them ones, and of course Uzi's retaining, and because this time he needs to feel Uzi this weekend. You're going over there to Saudi Arabia. You gotta feel some Uzi, man. You need some Uzi juice.
Or get a little oos.
Get a little oos out there, right? You need to get a little oos out there.
Get loose and oosed.
Loose and oos. Yes, I love it. Oh yeah. Oh man, you gotta feel loose and
Hell yes.
That's right. What do you got to do?
I'm right there with you. I got the Usos. I can't see them losing their titles anytime soon. Like we said, they're the most entertaining part of SmackDown right now. But this match is going to be a fucking banger. Holland and Butch have been on a roll, especially with their feud with Imperium. It's been taking them to the next level. So this matchup, I expect great things, but I do see the Usos retaining.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. I see them ones right there. They will definitely be retaining. All right, now let's jump into the third matchup. And that is, of course, the OC right here. The OC, the nerds versus the Judgment Day in a 6-man tag match. So now we know it's not an 8-man, so now it's a 6-man tag match here. But now that it's confirmed, Carl is not going to New Japan. They canceled that match. So that which we'll cover tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We'll make sure you guys tune in for tomorrow. We're doing our New Japan predictions for Battle Autumn for November 5th show. But we're speaking about Crown Jewel right now. 6-man tag match. I'll let you go first, De Niro. Who do you got in this one?
I got to go with Judgment Day. As much as a fan I am of OC, and I love the fact that they're back in the WWE, a lot of controversy behind this matchup with the Carl Anderson situation. But right now, Judgment Day has such momentum coming out of Extreme Rules. You got to keep that momentum going. And you got to keep them strong until Edge returns with Beth Phoenix. You know what I mean? I know eventually we probably won't get Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. But until then, keep them strong. They're hot right now. The OC is good, but right now the hot hand is the Judgment Day. So I would not mind them winning this matchup.
Okay. Looks like I'm going to have to go. You know what? I'm with you too. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with the Judgment Day. I think you're right. You hit it on point. They're hot right now. I'm loving the fact that we're seeing Dom a little bit more, having a little bit of a ruthless
aggression.
What he needs a ruthless aggression to come out, and it's happening here, and little by little. And what really fawns me is that they're really booking this individual with top tier stars. You got to win over AJ Styles. How the hell did that happened? So that's big. So you're really putting Dom up here to that pedestal. So I'm like it, and then I'm loving Balor's heel gimmick. I think you should let Damian Priest handle the talking. Sometimes yours is like, too cheesy. Go more stronger where you were when you went back to NXT and you were a heel. I want that Mike persona of Finn Balor.
We don't need Finn Balor saying, "I'm too legit to quit." Fuck that.
We don't need that. We don't need that. No. We don't need that. But man, so I'm gonna go with Judgment. I think, of course, the feud is gonna continue. I mean, this is just a start. This is the beginning. So, but we're gonna see this feud continuing on, and until they bring a female, I think it's gonna continue. Maybe at the Survivor Series. This is when they bring. You mentioned Charlotte Flair, and I think we're gonna see Charlotte Flair coming back at Survivor Series, teaming up with the OC to face Judgment Day one last time. I think that could be the case.
Put them in the War Games.
War Games. What, maybe? Never know. War Games. That's right. All right. And then, of course, the announcement of this matchup is a steel cage matchup between Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. As the stipulation has been added in the steel cage. Then what do you got on this one?
This one's hard because as much as you don't want to totally like kill off Drew by having him lose to Roman and then lose to Karrion Kross twice, I do feel like Karrion Kross being back in the WWE, you got to continue to build that stock up. So in my opinion, you got to give Kross the win. I think that if he wins this matchup, he'll be next in line for a title shot.
Yeah, I think Kross, you got to keep his momentum going. What sucks is I know. Don't get me wrong. I like the fact how he made his return. They book him versus a former world champion. But however, it's just the story is just like okay, I get it. You want to keep it a 2-3 month span, but I think can we please say this could be the end of it and move forward? And maybe then have Karrion go after the Universal Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, why not? And give Drew something else to do. Heck, you know how they mentioned Bray Wyatt? Maybe we can have Bray Wyatt and Drew. I don't care.
I don't think they ever wrestled before, too. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Seeing that Bray, I think it's all persona. That's what I think it's in his head. Mm-hmm. I think that Uncle Howdy's in his head, or who knows. But maybe we could see a Bray and Drew. Why not? I don't mind seeing that. Something to get Drew out of, to do something, have something to do with have his momentum going too, but with someone as high caliber as Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Karrion, have him go at least with Roman, or either go for the IC belt, Gunther. I don't care. It's something different.
That would be a banger.
That would be a banger. Banger. Damn it, TK, where are you? But I know you're
all right.
Yes. All right. And then we got Braun Strowman versus Almost. Almost. Which one is it?
I think it's Omos.
Omos.
The giant Omos.
The giant Omos. I don't know. I know a lot of people are shitting in this matchup. The fact is that you have two grown giants. Omos that is still kind of green. Braun, I wouldn't say he's green. He's there, but I can't see him there like a high there. Like, oh yeah, he's great in the ring.
He's not the one to carry a match.
No. That's my concern on this one. Is that how is he going to carry this matchup with Omos in this one? This was my curiosity. And it would be a shame to see the fans not be intrigued in this one. So, but we'll wait and see. But I think they're going to put over Omos. I think so. And I think this match is going to continue to Survivor Series. Something tells me it's going to continue. Or maybe on a SmackDown. Or on a Raw. I know they're on Raw. I think, they're on Raw. So maybe on Raw. Who knows? But I think it's going to continue on this feud. But I think the first win is going to go to Omos. That would be a huge win, for Omos and his credentials. So we'll see. We saw Braun Strowman. Well, the spoiler alert. Oh, yeah, never mind. I can't say it. We're not spoilers. They unfortunately pre-taped SmackDown. So you'll see the spoilers.
Yeah.
You'll see. I'm not going to tell you guys. You can watch it yourself. But yeah, I got almost on this one.
I don't know. Like this matchup reminds me of the Great Khali versus the Big Show back in the day, and I didn't care about that.
Oh my god!
This is like the most boringest style of wrestling that, in my opinion, you got the two big men who are not that mobile and just collide like, I'm stronger than you are. Like fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think they're gonna give Omos the win just to continue to build him up, but who cares?
Yeah. You said the magic words. I'm about to play.
Nobody cares. Nobody.
I'm so gonna get shitted on this one.
No, come on, no. Honestly, though, is there anybody who's watching this? Are you truly excited for this matchup? Like, I don't think anyone's like saying, "Oh, I can't wait for that one." Like, I think that we're in the majority here when we say that this matchup does not really need to happen.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't need to happen. Nah. Yeah. Poor Braun, man. He's always booked in the wrong situations. Welcome back to the Welcome back to the WWE. Here you go. We're gonna give you Almas.
You know what it is? Now that the Vince McMahon investigation is over, the settlement was that Vince McMahon could still write, but he only could write for Braun Strowman.
Oh, hell no. No.
Well, that's what it seems like it's happening.
Oh, my God. I hope not. No.
You know how Vince loves his big, meaty men.
Oh, I love those big, meaty men. Oh, my God.
Girth.
Man, it was hormones because they can do.
We make movies.
You can make movies out of them. Jesus Christ. Oh, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. That's probably you is just all your dumbass fucking remarks that you say. Oh my God, man. All right, now let's move on into the WWE Raw Women's Championship in the last women standing match. Bianca Belair defending her Raw Women's Championship versus Bayley.
This one is interesting. I think that they might give it to Bayley. They might give this one to Bayley. I'm a big fan of Bianca Belair, but I think that the way you keep this feud going and keep it fresh, Bianca Belair is going to have to lose, because where do you go from here with this feud if Bianca Belair beats Bayley again? She beat her at Extreme Rules in the ladder matchup. I feel like Bayley needs that victory back. And this is the rubber match because Bayley beat Bianca Belair a couple weeks ago on Raw. So I think that, I wouldn't mind a Bayley title reign. So I think that Bayley wins this. Not saying or taking anything away from Bianca Belair, though, because I'm a huge fan of Bianca. I think that she's definitely going to go down as one of the best.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
That's how you're feeling.
That's my shuggy ducky quack quack moment of the night. Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? That's right. Can you dig it?
Sucker!
Oh my God. Booker T's gonna get mad, bro, because then he's gonna end up saying,
Nah, I love Booker T.
I know, me too. Shout out to him. He was at
Hail King Booker!
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Love you, Book.
We love you, Book. Tough one here. I think Bayley. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Bayley. You gotta give Bianca to do something, as in have her fight for don't get me wrong, her title reign has been the best right now compared to the one that she had before, losing it to Becky. This is
most definitely.
I think this is one of the best ones for her. But you need a momentum you need something to get her momentum going still. And her losing to Bayley, which I think Bayley's gonna cheat overall, might even have a fourth member. Who knows? Maybe have Nikki to get involved. We don't know. Or unless, here's the one thing I do not want to see, which I am saying it right now, and I know I'm gonna get shitted on. If we see Nikki Cross gets involved, causes them to both be countered out, and there's no winner. And then that's where I'm going to be. Fuck! That's how it would be. Because
Same
damn.
here.
Oh, we need a winner, damn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck that. Sorry.
Fuck that.
Sorry.
I love it, man. I love it.
My New York just came out.
Hey, I love that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what we love, man.
Tranquilo,
vato loco. But, Bayley, because I want something for Bianca to go after, maybe win it back at the Rumble, or if they're going to have something in December. But then it would suck to have Bayley have a short-term. See, that's the difficult part, is what could you go with? The difficult part is Bayley wins, but Bianca has, loses. don't have her win the Rumble. I think we need someone else to win the Rumble. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, how long will you keep Bayley's, tenure as women's champion? Will you keep it away to Mania? Have her and Bianca, maybe add someone else like a triple threat? Maybe bring back Sasha?
I could see that happening. I could see Bayley holding it to Mania. If I'm not mistaken, Becky Lynch should be back by Mania. You could do that, being that Bayley took out Becky Lynch. You could have a 3-way between them, which would be fire. I wouldn't be mad if she held the title to Mania.
It's tough, man. But I would love Bayley. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Bianca. Fuck it. I'm going with Bianca. I'm gonna
last minute switch.
Yeah, I have to do last minute. Damn it, man. Shit. I know it's hard, but I say Bianca. I think Bianca will win. I think by a long shot. I think something's gonna happen, that someone's gonna come and probably pick her up. Like, no, bitch, I don't need you to win. I need you to be with me because I need you to be the champion. Maybe Charlotte Flair. Who knows? A lot of things could happen in that event, man.
That would be interesting.
It would be. All right. So we get I feel this is going to be the Conan main event. That's why I put this as a co. Because if you don't put this as a co, then the hell are we doing? And that's going to be, of course, Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Now, man, we got the anticipation that we were waiting for. You were mentioning it earlier. Take it away. The floor is yours. What do you got?
I think that, in my opinion, the best thing you could do in this matchup is make a new monster and a new beast out of Bobby Lashley by having him beat Brock Lesnar. Because Brock Lesnar's not going to be around tomorrow, but Bobby Lashley will be. So you make Bobby Lashley a beast like Brock Lesnar by beating Brock Lesnar, and now you have another monster on your roster. I think that will also catapult Bobby Lashley back into the main event scene, and he would be a good contender for Roman Reigns in that title because he beat someone like Brock Lesnar. Because Bobby Lashley, as good as he was as United States champion, Bobby Lashley's a main eventer. Bobby Lashley deserves to be feuding against Roman Reigns. So this matchup with Brock Lesnar is a huge matchup for him, and I think it could be the launching pad for him to go into that main event scene once again. Because the best Bobby Lashley I've seen in the WWE was when he was the world champion and when he was in the main event.
Why would you play games with me?
Oh my God! Don't play games with me because that makes sense. This is why. See, this is why great minds think alike. So I fucking love you because here's the thing: you need a trilogy. This is the perfect time for a trilogy.
Yes.
Have Lashley to go over Lesnar. Like you mentioned, where does it go after this if Lesnar beats Lashley?
Exactly.
Where does Lashley goes? Where does he go from here? Nowhere, right? You need to have Lashley.
You don't want to kill him right there.
No, exactly. You need to have Lashley to go over Lesnar. Build shout out to the Ring Fanatics as I was watching their live show before we came on, and they mentioned have a trilogy. Which I agree. I give them the credit for what they said. I agree. What they mentioned is have Lashley beat Lesnar, have them begin their feud again at Royal Rumble, them eliminating each other, beat the living shit out of each other, book it for WrestleMania, and whoever wins that trilogy wins it. I think that would make sense to me because one, you're gonna make Bobby Lashley the second man to dethrone Brock Lesnar. Was third man, as a matter of fact, because Seth Rollins did it. Yeah. Third man to dethrone Brock Lesnar. And I hope we could see fourth man. Sorry. Should I add Goldberg? Do I need to add Goldberg? I don't want to add Goldberg because there's no reason for me to add. Right? I don't. I know I'm gonna get shitted on because I am not adding Goldberg, but you know what?
Because in the end of the day of their feud, their last matchup at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar did beat Goldberg. So Brock conquered Goldberg, if you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. But that's why I'm like, I don't think. Yeah. But But what I want to see, I want Lashley to beat Brock clean.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see. And something tells me, something tells me he might beat him by submission and Lesnar doesn't tap. I think that will at least protect Lesnar in a way. Let's say he gets him in the hurt lock. Lesnar never fucking taps out, but he passes out, and the ref had to stop the match. Maybe we can see it that way. And I think it'll be the most protective way for both of them, because
100%.
Lashley over, Lesnar never tapped, and you can continue that trilogy, starting at the Rumble. Let's say give it 2 months off. Lesnar comes back, Rumble, beat the shit out. Come get a number 12 or number something. Come right after Lashley, and he eliminates Lashley. He eliminates himself by taking out Lashley, and then start their feud for WrestleMania, or even before. I mean,
it could be before. It could be at the Rumble. They could have another match at the Rumble. It could be very interesting.
Yeah, that's why. I think it's the safest way for me to have Lashley beat Lesnar, because you don't want to bury Lashley. I mean, you mentioned his incredible run that he had in as a WWE champion, his great run as a US champion, and him losing to Lesnar makes no fucking sense to me. Like, it will really deteriorate him. What are you gonna do after that? You're gonna come, I tried, guys. I'm so sorry. I did it for you guys, and then who comes out? Somebody else comes out. It better not be Bill. You guys. Yeah. And then Bill Goldberg fucking comes out, and then there you go. We're gonna have Goldberg and Lashley. I don't want.
Please no.
Please no. You know what?
No.
No. Mm-mm. No. Hell no.
Oh no, we don't want to see that.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Now we get into the main event, and that is, of course, we them ones, the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, defending the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship versus Logan Paul. Out of the way. I'm going to get out of the way. No, Logan Paul. I kind of wish they had it here in the States. You know why I wanted? Because I wanted to hear and see the American audience boo the shit out of this man. That's what I wanted to see. And I guarantee you Roman would have been over. And he still will be over at fucking Saudi Arabia.
Well, that's why they're doing it in Saudi Arabia, because it protects Logan Paul.
Which is bullshit. Bullshit. But I know Logan's gonna do his acrobatic moves, everything else. But at the end of the day, we know what's gonna happen here. So we them ones will be, of course, the victorious one, and will actually, defeat Logan Paul. I think it's gonna be a good main event. I think it's I don't give no doubt for Logan Paul's athletic moves. One thing I'm curious is Sammy going to be there? Because Logan Paul is going to be there. So I'm curious, Sammy, with the whole Sammy's against, the whole thing with Saudi and the whole movement.
That's the only thing I think that would prevent that.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how's this going to go. But I think I like the build up. I like how Roman did this past Monday when he, knocked out the Miz, and like, why should you be telling me this? Or no knockout punches but I know that Roman's gonna sell the shit out of that punch that Logan Paul has, and I think
Logan Paul wrestles like Shane McMahon. If you really think about it.
Thank you.
Seriously,
good call on that. And oh man. I hope this match kind of delivers. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, man.
Yeah, of course, I'm hoping for a good match. I just don't think that it should happen.
I know, right? I mean, what do you take, man? Break it down, man. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
I mean, all right, yeah, like Logan Paul. I'm not the biggest fan of Logan Paul, but he's got buzz. He has a fan base. He's definitely got clout. So I could see why they're doing this, and I could see why it's going to bring a lot of attention to the WWE. I don't think it's going to be anything too special. Logan Paul has a lot of work to be done. I mean, his last matchup against The Miz, he was very athletic, but he wasn't wrestling. Like, the man was rushing into spots, and you could tell like he was thinking way too much before he did his spots. Like, Logan Paul was rushing everything. He would do a fucking moonsault and then jump right back up, and like, you got to let shit breathe a little bit. You can't just go 100 miles per hour like that. You have to let shit breathe and sell. I think that was his biggest issue, was his selling. So I just hope that this comes out to be a good matchup and not just, you know, a clusterfuck. Like, I can see it just being clunky. I can see it being just, you know, tripping all over each other. And I hope not. You know, Logan Paul been training with Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest of all time. So who knows? I hope it's a good matchup. I don't see Logan Paul winning the title. If Logan Paul does take the title from Roman Reigns, I will be absolutely fucking shocked. I will be shocked. But, you know, it's probably going to be a great matchup. Like I said, he's very athletic, but Roman Reigns 100% should retain this match.
Oh, shout out to
what up,
Anthony,
Young Tony?
Young Tony from the Indie Center and from Turnbuckle Tavern. Great show tonight, fellas, that you guys had on the Raw Down. Great show tonight. But, Lord Jesus, this is a tough one now. No, hell no.
I was saying, is it really that tough?
No, like what you just said. I'm like, no, that's a tough pill to swallow. No, man,
No. No. Hell no. No. I refuse. No.
I refuse to know. So I mean, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what, you know. We will see, man. But
yeah. It's gonna be a spectacle.
It's gonna be a spectacle. So I'm looking forward to see how, you know, Crown Jewel's gonna be. I'll be here doing a watch along on Saturday. So all of you guys are watching, feel free to join me. So I'll be here with Clark Street Universal Wrestling Podcast and the Wrestling Index. I'll be up early in the morning watching this, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm really first watch along here on Circle Debate, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. So I'm excited how that's going to be a turnout. Mm-hmm. So let's see how it goes, man. But all right, man. So waiting on a director right now. It says the director should be coming in shortly, so we could do our recap of AEW Dynamite. So. Yes, I know. Dynamite. So we're the director to come in shortly. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, before that, I mean, I'm going to let De Niro break it down for you. Let them what is Three Fans about, man. Get a little quick commercial break. Let them know tell them what's all about Three Falls Brands. Tell them.
Three Falls brand is the best rock and wrestling merchandise on the motherfucking planet. On the planet. They take your favorite wrestling logos and wrestlers, and they mesh them with your favorite punk rock band logos, and you have a beautiful fusion of rock and wrestling. But not only can you get rock and wrestling merchandise on Three Falls brand, including pins, stickers, of course, t-shirts, now hats, and luchador masks, but you can also get the 3 original Wrestling Delorean Podcast t-shirts on threefallsbrand.com. Shout out to Mean Gene. Shout out to DWO Customs. Those are the homies. Shout out to Three Falls Brand.
That is right.
And shout out to the director.
The director's here. Yeah.
What up?
Yeah. Wonderful. That's how you're feeling wonderful. Once again, here we go.
I kept it cool despite all the noise. Endlessly echoes the sound of your voice. My voice, I wanted to bring on the board that destroys. Open my eyes to the sound of your voice. I gave up on existence.
That's all you get. That's all you get. On November,
you suck.
What the hell? November 11th. You follow Fate Destroyed. November 11th.
That's
the music video.
8 days away.
8 days away, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure November 11th, Fate Destroyed, to catch that single, that one great, incredible hit single that will be coming out. Make sure follow Fate Destroyed on our Linktree Follow them on social media platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can, you can listen to them.
I think we're everywhere. There's nowhere we're not that I can think of. Maybe Napster. I'd be pretty stoked if we made it Napster, man. That would be big moves right there.
Right?
Oh, man.
Sick.
Indeed.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's what you came right on time because we just finished with Crown Jewel. We already finished giving our predictions for that. But let me ask you something, Director. Are you feeling
very oozy?
No, man. I'm more like Jay. I'm more like this the whole time.
It's because you're not feeling oozy?
He's doing it. Love it. That's my favorite. That's an angle people are going to be talking about for years to come, man. And
Bro, they better make a fucking shirt off of that. I'm telling you that right now.
And Roman kept trying to make sure he was facing the hard camera. He was like trying to turn away so people wouldn't see him laughing. It reminded me of Stefan from SNL. He would do this. Every time he tried to not laugh on camera, he'd be like, Dan Cortez. Yeah, it was great. I've never seen anybody break so hard in such a serious gimmick. Which, I mean, that angle, the whole segment was dope. I liked the awesome directing when it was Jay, right? Jay's the guy who's got the problems.
Yeah,
Jay. Yeah.
It was like, hey, I don't care what the Tribal Chief says. And Roman Reigns just goes,
oh,
like the camera knew to get it look on his face. Like, bro, sick directing.
Oh man.
Anyways, yeah, SmackDown and Raw has all been fantastic. I've been watching all of them. I'm up to date. So yeah.
New York's hottest club is very oozy. That is right.
Anthony knows.
Yes, it is.
Facts.
If you like Elves, Baby Bok Choy, and MTV's Dan Cortez.
Oh shit! It's time, ladies and gentlemen.
It's time! It's time! It's Vader time!
No, it ain't Vader time. It is time for
Dynamite!
That is right, Dynamite that happened 24 hours ago, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to break it down to see, was this the greatest Dynamite or not? I mean, this is going to be an interesting take because I want to get these, in, of course, my lovely hosts right here to get their
Are people saying that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. Let's get into the action. Let's get into the action here for some Dynamite. And that is the opening matchup, Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal on this matchup, of course. I can say there's a great, back and forth chemistry. Of course, the one bump that I would say, why would you try to suicide dive to a tall man?
Love it.
That is
a brick wall.
But a thick boy, too.
Yeah, a hell of a thick boy.
Saddam Singh is a dense man.
I just love the fact that he did not move for shit. He's like looking at the ref like, what do you mean? That's hilarious to me. But, of course, this other masked Sting guy comes out, costs, the matchup for Darby Allin with Jay Lethal getting the win. And he takes off the mask. And, of course, it's not him at all. I mean, it's Zach Clayton.
No, it's Cole Carter.
Cole, whatever the fuck his name is.
He was with Tony D'Angelo in NXT 2.0.
I'm sorry, but
who the fuck is that guy?
I'm sorry. That's how I felt.
He wasn't needed.
Even the crowd was like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
You know what I think that now that we bring it up, you know what I think they were doing? I think they were making fun of the Reign thing over with the prophecy or whatever the fuck that is called over NXT. What is that called?
Schism.
Schism. I think that they're trying to make fun of like the Rock's daughter when no one gave a shit. Everyone was like, if they were spoofing that, then A+, but I don't think they were.
You know what? I never thought about that.
It got the same reaction of like, we don't care, and we also now we don't care even more. What we do care about though.
I know. Oh no.
Oh, we definitely care about slap nuts.
Jesus. And of course, We saw somebody else coming out, and of course,
My world.
it's my world because he's now all elite. Double J. That's right. Double J. JARRET.
JEFFJARRET. It's Jeff Jarrett.
Ain't that great?
What is
Ain't that great?
Did he he made TNA, right? He didn't ruin it, right? Do people have a problem with him in the world of wrestling, like behind the?
You know what it is? People always had a problem with Jeff Jarrett. They always found him to be, I don't get it.
Politically, or like his character, or
I think more character-wise, because like he seems like a stand-up great guy. I know that people had an issue with the whole, Karen Angle, Kurt Angle, like the whole messy relationship between them, like the real behind-the-scenes shit. But he always seemed like a great stand-up guy. And then on top of that, yeah, he's the founder of TNA Wrestling, and I think that's TNA's best years was when Jeff Jarrett was running the show.
That's what I thought too. But then I heard a bunch of stuff like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "Wait, what? What's wrong with Jeff Jarrett?" I thought he was like a really good talent scout, right? At some point,
yeah.
I heard he wanted to try to go back to WWE recently, maybe kind of like Road Dogg was trying to get back over there, and eventually did.
I'm gonna be hated so much, but before we get into it, man. Okay, let's start with the match, and then we'll get into Jeff Jarrett. So, take it away, director. Give us your thoughts on the match.
Yeah, this is the second time they fought. Jay Lethal works well with everybody, and Darby looks like he's been wrestling longer than he's been alive, which is a good thing. I don't think his body's going to be able to last as long as Jeff Hardy's. But it was a fun match. I mean, bumps galore. I love the selling of the ribs. That back body drop where he tried to block his ribs and landed Squaw on his face. I don't know I don't know if that was written into the spot or if that was the spot, but that was brutal. Like I would have almost rather taken that on the ribs but I mean, storyline. But yeah, they worked that storyline very well. I don't know, just too many people, too many factions, all elite factions, man. Between this and the Firm and shit happening, like just, and then you got the Dynasty and the Embassy and the Kingdom, and then the Firm, and then whatever this is called. It's just too many factions, and we were saying this 2 years ago, and now it's just getting out of control.
Yeah, we did say this 2 years ago. You're absolutely right. Now, give us your take on Jeff Jarrett. Now that he is all elite, he is the AEW's new director of business development.
I mean, I don't know the personal issues people have backstage with him. I just know that he did good things post WWE, and so I was kind of okay with him coming over. I know there's a whole lot of that, like, oh no, it's another old guy coming over. Where's Hogan? Hogan comes over. I'm quitting watching. This is like, yeah, I kind of get that. I do have that big WCW trauma that we all lived through. So I don't think it's going to go that way. But I mean, also having another locker room leader or a guy who knows what he's doing in the back, that may help. I mean, Jericho's back there doing his thing. Hopefully Jarrett doesn't get on anybody's nerves, which is something I'm unaware of. I don't know if he's backstage problem or not. Hopefully not. But I don't really have a problem with him. I'm not excited, but I don't have no problems.
Okay. De Niro.
I, on the other hand, am very excited because he's so wait, pull that up again. So he's the new AEW director of business development. I like that just because when he was in charge of the business side of TNA, like I said, I feel like that was TNA's glory years. And I feel like Jeff Jarrett has such a wealth of knowledge for the wrestling business and has so much to offer, especially with him and his grandfather, everything he mentioned on the promo. I don't know. Did you guys see that Vice TV show by the same makers of Dark Side of the Ring? Something back to the territories. Yeah,
I haven't seen them yet.
I've not seen it yet. No.
I heard it's good. I need to see him.
The first episode is on Memphis Wrestling, and it really goes in depth on Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, Jerry the King Lawler. But
Jerry does that.
Oh yeah, he was doing it in that show too. But you really could tell like the innovative mind that the Jarretts had. It's not something that's talked about enough. People like to talk about Heyman. People like to talk about Bischoff. The Jarretts had a very innovative way of writing wrestling, and I think that Jeff Jarrett brought that to the early days of TNA. That's why everything in TNA in the early days, pre-Hulk Hogan, was about being an alternative and not competing with the WWE. It was Jeff Jarrett who brought the six-sided ring. It was Jeff Jarrett who wanted he created the Ultimate X match. He created the Six Sides of Steel. He created the X Division.
With the Hollywood Machine Guns or whatever all had those classic matches.
Yeah.
I forget what the name of that group was.
The Motor City Machine Guns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus LAX, I think were the classics. Yeah.
Think about the guys that this guy scouted.
I didn't know any of that. I didn't know that was all Jeff Jarrett's brainchild. I like him a lot now because that six-sided ring was
fucking awesome.
Classic. Yeah.
And then not only that, but here's the guy who saw talent in a no-namer named AJ Styles and created a whole roster based around AJ Styles. Here's the guy who saw talent in guys who were indie darlings like Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe that no one else took a chance on. Jeff Jarrett took that chance on them, and they became household names. So I think that he doesn't get enough credit for what he does and all the shit he contributes to professional wrestling. And I'm very excited that not only is he here in AEW, but he has a director's role in AEW because I think that he can only bring positive stuff.
Well, I am going to be the only one here that I'm going to on.
Sip that tea.
Sip that tea. Because I'm sorry, I am not feeling it.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Look what we got here. Couple of haters.
Look, everything on point what you guys said, what he's done for TNA. I'm not disagreeing there. I'm not. The only thing I disagree is please stay behind the scenes. I don't need you on television. I don't want to see Sting and Jarrett again. I'm tired of it. We've seen it already happening at TNA. It happens. The only credentials I give Jarrett, what you mentioned, the X division, fantastic. How he was building the tag division was great. Bringing Kurt Angle, and besides taking away his wife, I shouldn't have said that. But
that's a real thing that he did, like in real life.
They were already separated. See, that's the thing that people don't understand. Karen and Kurt were already separated.
Corey Graves was already separated when he started dating Carmella.
The misconception is Karen cheated on Kurt with Jeff. That was not the case.
Which at the end of the day, it is what it is, But for me, it's just I don't want to see Jarrett on TV. I just don't want to see it. I'd rather have him work behind the scenes. I just do not want to see it on television. I don't want to. I just don't. It's just me. I'm sorry. I'm not. Did Jarrett ever drew money? No. I'm sorry. Tell me when. Tell me when the fuck
TNA's biggest gate of all time was Jeff Jarrett versus
Sting. The performer, not as a backstage.
Jeff Jarrett versus Sting, Bound for Glory 2006, with Jeff Jarrett in the main event. I'm
to look into that. I'm gonna look into that. That I have to. I thought Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe was when that brought money.
Well, up until that point, and there was a lot bigger stars in the. Fucking, they had Macho Man Randy Savage. They had Jeff Hardy. They had.
He didn't do shit.
I know, but you had all these big names, and still the biggest draw was the feud between Jeff Jarrett and Sting. And also, I don't think we're going to get Jeff Jarrett and Sting. Like, if anything, it'll probably be Sting and Jay Lethal versus Sting and Darby versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett
at full gear.
And also, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal are a great tag team. We've seen that in Ric Flair's last matchup, which, by the way, with Andrade. Just turn up my mic. 1 second, y'all. Technical issue. Sorry. You have talent like Andrade. You have talent like Jay Lethal. You had the whole, aura of Ric Flair. And in that last matchup for Ric Flair, who carried that matchup?
Well, because Flair was drunk.
No, but even though, honest to God, though, who carried that matchup?
Oh, of course, Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett. So
I'm not.
He still could go. Great shape.
Of course, I get it, but I just, oh my God. All right. My heart is open. Mi corazón está abierto. All right, I'll leave it open. See, I want to see what he does.
That's all I think I'm looking for right now. I have no reason to not be curious. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely immediately knew it was going to be Sting and Darby versus Jay and Jay.
When I saw that, I'm like,
Jay and Jay.
Knew it, man. Jeez, wow. Jay and Jay versus, I guess. All right. I mean, my heart is open. That's what we call a debate for a reason. That's a reason. So yes, but I'll leave my heart open. All right, I'll leave it open. I know I'm going to be the bad guy being shitting here. That's fine.
I wish they went back to his WCW theme song, the Chosen One theme song, which was like a sample of Kid Rock Cowboy.
Yes, I like that theme song more than this one. It's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like this one too, but it's just that the beginning intro kind of annoys me. Then with the yeah, it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it just reminds me of like the early days of TNA. So I like that. But yeah, if you want to talk about his best theme song, that
Chosen One. Yes, I'll give that one. I'll give Chosen One. But my heart is open. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with what you guys are saying about his credentials, but I'm just tired. I don't want to see this man on television. I don't want this man taking away spots where other people deserves it. Well, that's where my debate is.
100%. I agree with that.
Yes,
I agree with that.
Yes, we're supposed to be moving forward, not backwards.
No old timers should come in and take a spot away from somebody.
And that's what I don't want. Yeah. That's my debate that I'm having. Other than that, I'm happy for him. Good. He knows venues. He knows people. Network. Perfect. Even better. Maybe he can help AEW develop live event shows, non-televised. I would not mind that.
Maybe he could help write the show. So
exactly.
Khan doesn't. Yeah, he has a great mind for it.
The one thing I'll give him damn fucking Dark or Dark Elf. Give him both. Let him do it. If he can write those two for the YouTube channel, and he can put on, which I don't disagree one thing, and I'll give to Jarrett, he could write a story. That is for sure. I'm not denying that. But other than that, that's my only debate that I have is the TV time. I don't need that. Take that. No.
I'm right there with you on that for sure.
That's the only debate I have. That's it. But yeah. All right. Let's move on now then to the AEW title eliminator matchup. Jon Moxley versus Lee Moriarty. This matchup, of course, was very solid for Lee. I actually like Lee in this matchup. It kind of like made him look a little bit good on this one. For me, in my opinion. I like how Moxley really came with that ruthless aggression on him, and of course with this, Moxley with the win, with a submission win, and not even with the Death Rider, not even with and this is like the armbar win he got. First time I see an armbar from Moxley submitting for the win. Normally with Bulldog choke or the Death Rider, but now we saw this, so I was really stoked about this one, and of course the aftermath was 18th to Page. Which I forgot they're having the title eliminator. I really forgot about that. They're having it at Full Gear, I guess. I don't know if is it the whole match is at Full Gear or the finals at Full Gear, right? Because they haven't even started the title finals, right?
Usually every year the finals are at Yeah,
and we're 2 weeks away. We haven't even started the title tournament yet. That's where I'm like, the fuck? Should have started by now.
They're gonna have to have multiple matches on each episode in Rampage.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to rush that quick because we got 2 weeks. But man, other than that, I like the match. Great for Lee. Great exposure for Lee. Good job on Moxley. Carrying the matchup. Enjoyed it. Great victory. Great victory with an armbar. Something different, new. So I like that from Moxley. Mm-hmm. So he's taking out that different BCC style of what Moxley and the whole club does. So. Director, the floor is yours on this one.
I like that you're kind of getting the rub, kind of like how Daniel Bryan was doing it for the past couple months, where you wouldn't get a matchup like this on a main roster where it was a world heavyweight champion versus a lower tier tag guy. So I think they're really good at giving the rub to the younger talent. They did it to Garcia. They're doing it to Moriarty. They did it to, obviously to Wheeler Yuta. They're elevating these guys by putting them in these high profile matches. And I really appreciate that. The match was good. It was a technical brawler for sure. I don't think many finishers were used. It reminded me of like old RVD versus Jerry Lynn, Lance Storm, matches where it wasn't really signature high spots. It was just grindy and a sub for the win, which is very un-Mox like. And Ed DeLorean tapped out.
No, he'll be back. He'll be back. But man, other than that, all I can say on this one, I like the chances. I want to see Ethan Page. Or let me ask you this, because I heard it today on Uncle Seltzer while we're waiting for De Niro. Do you see Ethan Page as the main event star?
Eventually.
Where do you
in the
see
next
him now,
6 months?
Do you see him mid?
Do I see him what?
Mid? Like mid-level? Mid-card?
He is mid-card right now. He's absolutely mid-card. That's not really an insult right now because this match was mid-card.
Oh, yeah.
So Ethan Page as a main card draw, like, is that what you're saying? Like he could sell an all out as the guy? Eventually, yeah. Before the end of the year, before MJF gets that belt, I don't think so.
Hmm.
It's just it's no fault of his own. It's just you got to write that into the stories to make it happen.
Agreed. De Niro.
This matchup is really good. I've been a big fan of Lee Moriarty for a while. I think that he's very underrated and has a lot of upside. So hopefully, like, they continue to push him in. He continues to be on TV. But Moxley, rightfully so, got the win. Good matchup, good chemistry between the two. And yeah, the biggest takeaway I got from this is we got to see more Lee Moriarty.
Oh, yeah. We definitely have to. Yes, that's for sure. All right. Now we move into the Ring of Honor World Championship, which I have to say, I mean, I really thought it was Bryanson, Danielson, or Claudio, or I thought Christopher Daniels, or everybody thought it was Adam Cole, which I knew it was not going to be Adam Cole, first of all.
Cole.
That didn't even cross my mind. Colt didn't either, but Adam definitely didn't.
Yeah.
There's actually unfortunate rumors that Adam Cole's concussion is a lot worse than expected. So
yeah. I'm praying for him that he gets, be healthy, be better. But yes, Colt Cabana answered the call, and I'm like, this is where I got the beginning. Did he say Ring of Honor World Champions? Because Colt Cabana never won a world title. Never. They even mentioned it on the broadcast. They said no, he's a former 2-time tag team champions, which we already know was who. Of course, his good old BFF, Mr. Yes.
Three did it simultaneously.
Yeah, the same time you guys did it. Yeah, great minds think alike. That's what I love. But I really wanted Christopher Daniels or Davey Richards, something different. But no,
Eddie Edwards, that would have been interesting.
Eddie Edwards,
right now. That would be really good.
Yes, and I know I'm gonna get shitted on, but when I heard the boom, 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 Colt Cabana, this is my mind.
Why would you play games with me?
That's what I was thinking. Why, damn it? Why? And,
shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
I wasn't happy about it, but what I did like how all of a sudden everybody jumped, and I guarantee you everybody in the IWC that night were jumping. CM Punk gone, Colt Cabana in. You hear Excalibur mentioning Marcia's Banner's baby boy.
That is a direct correlation to CM Punk saying his mother's name.
Fucking yeah, it was. That's what I was like. Oh my god, that means that relationship is over. It's done. So for Excalibur to troll on Punk on that for mentioning Cabana's mother, yeah. And what a coincidence! Like right away. And honestly, I was expecting to see CM Punk chants. None. I was happy.
CM Punk burnt that bridge.
Oh yeah, and I think everybody knows it. Even his diehard fans are saying shit like, "Oh well, I like CM Punk, but I can't ride with that. I don't agree with what he did." So like, yeah, he fucked up. Yeah, that's right. But this matchup was great. I did enjoy Cabana's. Except that scary part, before the commercial break when they fell all of them down, and then he fell right on Jericho's leg. Like, oh shit! Hope he didn't, really fuck up his leg or anything. But good thing everything was safe. That moonsault he did on Hager, it was great. It was a good matchup. I enjoyed it. It was good, classic. Like I said, I'm not disrespecting Cabana. I wish he could have been a real former Ring of Honor World Champion. But I guess this is where the confusing part. Maybe you guys can help me clarify it. So this means that it's any doesn't have to be the main championship. It could be a tag team television.
The fine print on that is not clear. Clearly, not being a world heavyweight champion, but a former champion qualified Colt for this. So now that door is open, it could be anybody it could be fucking Deonna Purrazzo was she Ring of Honor Women's Champion or something? It could be anybody now. It's like, who's next?
That'll be an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Take it away, director. Take it away, director. The floor is yours.
Yeah. As soon as I didn't know who it was going to be, but as soon as that music hit, I just couldn't stop laughing because I knew immediately that was like, oh, CM's gone, Colt's back. Perfect. Love it. That was pretty much it. It was a decent match. I like the handshake tie up in the beginning where Colt walked him back into the corner. I was like, it's clever. I like that. But that's pretty much it. Like, I like this angle. This is so creative that he's just going to take out any champion from Ring of Honor. And at some point, it may even be Daniel Garcia on that list because he is a current champion and he may be the last one left that's active, or at least relevant. So we could just be building, we could be bottlenecking to that right there.
Mm-hmm. Love it. De Niro.
It's funny because I thought that the mystery opponent was going to be Jerry Lynn because you had Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
He attacked Jerry Lynn a couple weeks ago. Jerry Lynn did say if he ever was to come back for one more match, it would have to be on national TV. I thought, hey, Jerry Lynn, Chris Jericho, they're setting it up. But I think that this was a last-minute thing. Something tells me that it was a last minute because up until last night, actually, Chris Jericho was saying that he's calling out all former Ring of Honor champions. And then during the show, he was like, I don't care if you're a tag team champion, a pure champion, a TV champion. All of a sudden, he switched the criteria of that. So now I think that, maybe it was just like a last minute thing. The official word on Punk is he's gone. So now we could use Colt Cabana. I don't know. It just seemed like it was last minute. The match itself was, the match itself was good. I think that these guys, work well together. Seeing Colt Cabana wrestle a more serious style was really cool because he's another wrestler who could turn on that serious switch. And you could tell it was a very emotional moment for him, him coming out like that and the crowd behind him. So kudos to Colt Cabana because he's definitely an indie legend who deserves that.
Yeah. And it may have been a minute, but was he affiliated with a faction back in his early AEW days? Was he kind of
the Dark Order?
Dark Order?
Yeah, he was sort of in the Dark Order, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, definitely was in the Dark Order. It just never came to fruition that he was ever actually in it in some weird way. But yeah, that's just completely wrote that out of this reality. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Cool.
One thing I do want to say, though, that how they mentioned that Jericho was the one that went into to Punk, telling him that you're determined to the locker room. You're a cancer.
He said the big C.
Yeah. He gave him the bold big C. And
I want to be fine. I don't have any people have issue with that word being used as the metaphor, but no, that's what he is. CM Punk is a cancer.
Yeah, that's what they use. That's what
people are insensitive to use that term to people that suffer from cancer. It's like,
oh no. That's no. We can use that word. We can't use the other word.
No, we can. But I've heard other sources have issue with Jericho using that word as the comparison. I'm like, no, that word is what that word is. That's what that is. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's the truth.
I guess. But one thing though, I wouldn't be surprised if Jericho was the one that actually told Tony Khan, hey, bring me Colt Cabana. I want to face him.
Bring me Colt, yeah.
Right? I think about it. I think he was the one.
I like that. I mean, why not, right? Yeah. Who is TK to say no to Y2J?
Yeah. And I forgot who said it on some podcast said it, and I do like this. I wouldn't mind when Jericho hangs his boots. He could be the next Pat Patterson for Tony Khan.
Yeah,
he can be the one booking everything. Him saying and says. I think it was on Turnbuckle that said it, but on the Raw Down with Anthony, I think one of them said it. I don't mind that. I don't mind him being the next Pat Patterson for Tony Khan. And what also I forgot too, that they were in Maryland, right? This event that happened yesterday was in Maryland, right?
Baltimore,
was it? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
the home of Ring of Honor, because that's where they're from. They're from. I mean, that's part of the home.
No, that was the home of Sinclair Broadcasting. The real home of Ring of Honor is Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Fuck Sinclair Broadcasting. They need stick for Ring of Honor.
Oh,
you scumbags.
Those scumbags. Man, you are really feeling
Very oozy.
Yes, you are. You're feeling very oozy. All right, let's jump in now with a triple threat for the All Atlantic Championship. Of course, Luchasaurus, Rey Fenix, Orange Cassidy, three-way matchup. Man, break it down, director. Give us your take before we get into the aftermath. We're going to talk about the match, then the aftermath. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, so we know what storyline is coming in and out of this. The Hammer of Doom being forced upon Rey Fenix by Pac. It's not going to happen. He's too good of a guy to use it. Eventually, that is what's supposed to lead to Pac getting kicked out of Death Triangle. We're going to have Death half a square. Which is the way the storyline should go. They could, I mean, there's not a lot of swerves in AEW, but they could swerve it and Ray ends up using it and then using it too much and then he gets kicked out. I don't know. And I want to say anything can happen in AEW, but it doesn't though. You don't really get any kind of misdirection from anything in AEW. There's only been one heel turn, sort of. I mean, two if you count fucking Luchasaurus, but like the MJF on Cody was the only time there was like a swerve that I can think of that mattered. The match itself, goddamn, does Orange Cassidy just get better and better each match? And I mean, he had the company to keep with Rey Fenix, who definitely, you know, is great to work with in that style. And they had the right storyline against Luchasaurus, where two big guys have to be fast, and he could just stop them with one clothesline to both of them. I don't know. I was feeling good about this match until Jungle Man showed up.
Yeah, I knew it. I was waiting for that. That's why I was just.
Thought it was over. Over. It's extinct. The meteor came. The asteroid came. The angle's dead. DEAADDD. 65 million years old. What's next? Why?
The never-ending feud.
It never ends like this.
Luchasaurus beat him clean. It's over. Okay, I'm also. You know what else is over? Me talking about it. How do you guys like? What do you guys think about this match?
My favorite part of this matchup was when Jungle Boy came out. No, I'm joking. Nah.
What?
No, yeah, man, I'm right there with you. Like, I don't know how many weeks in a row. It might be.
They took 2
weeks
off
in a row. I'm saying
it
like
looked like Lucha. It looked like it moved on. There was no anything from Lucha was like, all champions are going down. I'm going after everybody.
Mm-hmm.
No Jungle Boy. And just when I thought I was out, they brought me back in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I can't believe that they're still going with this. Like, you had the clean victory for Luchasaurus. Separate them for a little bit. Not saying that they can't continue that feud down the line, but separate them a little bit and then have them meet back up. Like, have Jungle Boy go after somebody. Like, put Jungle Boy versus Hook. Have them fucking fight for the FTW title. Like, don't fucking keep doing the same
yawning.
shit.
I'm not tired. Do you know how good of a match that is that you just said that? God damn.
Yeah. Like, why would you keep on doing the same shit? The match itself was really good. Like, I love the two big men, like you said, trying to take down the two small men trying to take down the big man. The chemistry between Orange Cassidy and Phoenix is unreal. And yeah, like you said, Orange Cassidy gets disrespected too often as a guy who's just a comedy gimmick. And he is not just a comedy gimmick. The guy is a great fucking wrestler, could turn it up. Kind of like we were just talking about Coco Bannon. He could turn it up when he needs to be serious. And he did that in this matchup, retains the title, good matchup. But yeah, like as for the Luchasaurus feud, this is only going to be detrimental to both Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. So you're doing them a disservice by keeping them in this never-ending feud.
Exactly, because you had us, and I was just, in a way, I'm like, somebody told me that it's not over.
You're lying.
They lied to us, damn it.
You got the Roman Reigns clips on lock tonight.
Hey, it's because he has the best clips right now. I'm sorry. I'm looking for the clips. I've been asking.
Roman got it.
Roman got it. Oh my God! But then the aftermath we did get, of course, when we heard. That's why Matt Callis is not here. But I guarantee you that Matt Callis, when he heard that theme song, you know he went bananas when he heard Shibata's.
Yeah, definitely. This is a Matt moment for sure.
This is a Matt moment for sure. So when he heard that, then we see Shibata. Of course, then he gets the contract. Orange Cassidy gives him the contract. And let me show the picture here. Let me get the picture, as a matter of fact. And there it is. See right there. Oh, all right, I'll sign it, buddy. Here you go. Hey, yeah. I want to face you, pal. Okay. And what I've read, I'm telling you, this is our opinion, ladies and gentlemen. We're not Sean Ross Sapp, none of those people. I'm just reading opinions. I requested two people in AEW. One was Orange Cassidy. The second one is with Bryan Danielson. So we are going to get our Bryan Danielson and Shibata. But we're going to get Shibata and Orange Cassidy Friday on Rampage. Tomorrow. My biggest question to you guys, we know Shibata's condition. He can't really take bumps because one more, bye-bye. Like, bye. The last two matches he had were catch wrestling. Like, hey, we'll do catch, Greco-Roman style. Right here, I don't know. This is, I'm scared. I'm cringing to see this. I don't know how they're gonna work through this. I'm invested to see it because I want to see how they're gonna work with this. And mind you, this is not pre-recorded. This is a live Rampage. So this is what I am curious to see how they're gonna book this one. Director, what do you think, man? I mean, first of all, what do you think about this matchup? And then how do you think they're going to work with this? I don't know.
I love this. I love that New Japan has doors open to both companies now because the Gallows and Anderson deal that they have, where they're sort of doing this shoot teaser between Anderson's contract was like they just annulled it, but it's like a shoot work because he still technically works for Japan, but he's like, I can't. I made this date, and then this happening. Yeah, so it's like
holds gold.
Yeah, I love that both doors are open still. And Cassidy isn't really a bump giver, which is cool. He's not like Brian Cage. He's not going to fucking lift you over his head and drop you on your dome. Beach break, that basically is kind of like the only bumpy thing that he does. But the rest of his stuff, it's all just high flying and strikes. And those are a lot easier to manipulate reality with than a botched bump. So I think they're going to play into their strengths of speed and striking and maybe some catch wrestling, which would be really cool to see. That's one thing from Orange that we haven't seen yet is a lot of his like mad style, but I know he can do it. I think he's wrestled Candice LeRae, I think it was, in that style. I feel I have to go back and watch it, but he's definitely wrestled some ladies in a more technical style. So he does have the skill set.
Yeah, for sure. I know in Chikara he wrestled a lot of that technical style as Fire Ant.
Yeah, so he's got the skill set. He just hasn't used it yet. And this would be definitely the match to do it if he's looking to protect someone like that.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Denora? How do you feel about this?
This matchup is awesome. First of all, though, the stipulation was a little weird. Like, out of nowhere, the stipulation of the matchup was the winner gets to pick their dream match to be made on Rampage. Huh? Like, what? What?
I mean, all right, that's kind of clever. So you can wrestle anybody in the world. You get to pick
anybody in the world, no matter what company, no matter what era. I want, fucking Hulk Hogan on Rampage, and you got to book it because I won the match. Like, that was a funny little
Chris Statlander. That's the match I was thinking of, not Candice LeRae.
Okay.
Yeah, but we just have to use suspended disbelief that this is his dream match.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure it might be, but I just like the fact, like, what would have happened if someone else won and then like their dream match was like unattainable?
Like
but
Luchasaurus wanted to fight Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, right.
I mean, all right.
I want to go to Saudi and do a three-way with Lesnar and Lashley. Like, okay, well, you did win your matchup, so we have to make it happen now. But for this matchup itself, I think it's very interesting. Shibata's not a guy who has matches like too often. He after his retirement, like we haven't seen him in the ring much. So for him to come out of retirement like this and go against Orange Cassidy, that's saying a lot about what he thinks about Orange Cassidy. So I think that that's really awesome. And the United States fans are going to definitely get a treat seeing Shibata in the ring. But, you know, like Chris said, Orange Cassidy's not really a bump giver. So I think that Shibata will be fine in this matchup. If the rumors are true and we do get Shibata versus Bryan Danielson, I'm a little more worried about that. But if anybody knows about coming back from a career-ending injury and being protected, it'll be Bryan Danielson. So I think that it's awesome to see Shibata. I would love to see Shibata stick around in AEW even more because he's an absolute legend. And this is just really awesome to see this because this was unexpected. This was not expected at all. I see people online saying, oh, well, this is their answer to Nakamura going to Noah and I'm like, yeah, but fucking AEW been using New Japan talent way before WWE had Nakamura go to Noah to go against the Great Muta. So this was just an unexpected surprise.
Yeah. I had no idea it was going to be for sure. I would not have guessed Shibata.
But, well, yeah, you know what? Give us your take on that. I want to hear your thoughts about it, Director, about this.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I love this. The fact that someone had to we're still talking about this match? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sorry.
This is it officially Muta's last match or close to his last match or last match?
He was on his last time forward, yeah.
Yeah. I know that Shinsuke had to ask permission to do this, but I know Triple H would have not hesitated. If that's the route that it had to go, if that's, the red tape, I'm sure that was the quickest conversation that anyone's ever had WWE about working an outside promotion. This is an opportunity to be a legend by wrestling a legend. This is the past and the present and the future in one match. And I'm very, I don't want to get sappy. I'm proud that Shinsuke gets to be that guy. Like that, this is going to be a part for sure. Like you talk about dream matches. This is a dream match for sure.
Now, what's your opinion on the rumor that there's going to be more WWE talent on this show, and that's why WWE canceled the day one pay-per-view? It's funny. I'm wearing like a WWE crown over here.
Hey, I'm on Noah right here too. Sorry, I'm on Noah right here.
I didn't hear that rumor, but that would be cool. I mean, I don't know what other matchups are possible. I'm not as familiar with what's going on in Noah right now.
Oh man, should I say it again? I said it earlier in the show. The rumor right now.
Hold on. I need to play it.
Seth Rollins versus Maki Ito? No, I'm kidding.
No.
Zion!
The rumor right now is it's in the works. Pro Wrestling Noah and WWE are working on getting Minoru Suzuki versus Sheamus. That matchup sounds like a fucking banger.
Especially playing that injury angle right now. Do you think that has something to do with this? Like he's just taking a break, getting ready for that match?
Maybe. And then
he just got married. He's on his honeymoon.
Oh yeah, I just saw the honeymoon pictures or his marriage pictures.
But I mean, this is in January. He has time. This is in January, so I just think that it would be awesome because if they are going to continue with the injury, like the United States fans are not going to, the casual United States fans are probably not going to know that he's wrestling in Japan anyway. So it would make sense. But especially after the matches that he had with Gunther this past couple months, I think him and Minoru Suzuki would be a fucking banger.
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Oh, look.
That's going to be, you're going to hear that match. You don't need commentary. You're going to hear.
Yep.
I mean, yes. I mean, shit. They even posted a picture of it. I'll show you right now. Like, that's what I'm like.
I saw the picture and I was like, shit, it was confirmed. And then I saw it was just a rumor. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it's a rumor. But if this fucking picture is up, oh my God, I will lose my fucking mind.
Oh, yeah.
That would be sick. I would love this. I like that Triple H isn't that shy right now. He's doing the right things.
Hell no. He's not shy. I am happy for him that he's doing that. All right, so let's see.
I'm not above Austin Theory cashing in on Moxley. Like, I'm not even joking. I would fucking love to see that. I would, if I was Triple H, dude. Like, I would try to negotiate that. I wouldn't have him winning it, but I would love to see him just in the audience with it, holding it or some shit. Like, I don't know. I just the holy shit factor that you could pull out of that like would be so great. It would be worth the whatever risk you think that you're taking by doing it.
Imagine the pop. Imagine the pop if during like MJF versus Moxley, you just hear that A-Town down. Like people are like, what?
You get two cash. You get the chip's been cashed in essentially already, and then you get the Money in the Bank, which is the real version of the chip. And I just something like that has to happen someday. Like we got those feels when the original ECW had their invasion angle in like the '97 era. When it was like real, when Jerry Lawler was talking mad shit, not the the rebrand, but the original invasion. That was great. That was a brave move, and it worked for the 2 weeks that it lasted, and I loved it. Hammerstein Ballroom. I'm gonna play there.
There you go.
I love it.
I've been there so many times. That's one of my favorite venues of all time.
You making them jealous, bro.
Hey, I can take you next time. Shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm down. Francesca's already on her way there to NYC. I think she gets off the plane today.
Come through.
Oh man, but yes. I have to play this and because all of us here have digressed about it. But I can tell you right now, I was not happy about this. I'm not about to play it.
You're wrong.
No, and I'm gonna say why. We can debate it. I'm not talking about the match. I just hate the. Okay, the commentary didn't need to happen. We've been saying about Cargill to get booked, right? Give her longer matches, longer minutes. This wasn't really much of longer minutes at all. You have Nyla Rose her commentating. Take a break, boys. I'm be commentating. Oh my god! And then you have her commentating.
That was really, really, really good, Nyla Rose.
It was for me. I mean, to each his own. I'm not. That's why it's called debate. That's what I'm saying. No,
that was a good question.
Yeah, but it's just. I know, right? But still, I just didn't like this. I just did not like the commentary over going to the match. You're literally outshining Jade Cargill. I know one thing I did like right away. Oh, wait, girl, you better go back and get before you get your first L, getting counted out, and she ran back in. Okay, that part I did like.
It's a good storyline.
Yeah, I like it. But it just the commentary was fucking annoying. Maybe I see some.
That's the point. Oh my God. So her job was done. She did her job. That was the point. She's with Vicky Guerrero. I stopped watching pro wrestling because of Vicky Guerrero. Okay. That's how annoying she was. I literally missed the entire CM Punk era because Vicky Guerrero shared the roster with him.
Damn.
And Cena had a spinner belt. It was the spinner belt and Vicky Guerrero at the same time. But that's the point. You're supposed to be annoyed by them, and then Jade Cargill shuts them up. Exactly. And for once in her life, Jade Cargill was not the worst wrestler in her own match.
No, but okay, agreed on that. That I will do agree. That it protected her. I will disagree there. But it just man. It just sucks that the women always get booked. Fucking horrible. Damn it!
Here with Jade Cargill and the baddies.
First and foremost, Tony, cut the shit.
Cut the shit, damn it.
I don't think this is that bad of an angle. I like that it's moving. We have a clear good guy, clear bad guy. It's not oversaturated. I think there might be too many baddies, but you don't see them all at once. I like that whoever it was, Violet Rose or Velvet Sky, came out of the back to try to steal the belt. That was clever. And it wasn't too long. It was like an 8-minute segment counting the walk-ins. So I'm totally cool with that.
Okay.
That's about 20% of the entire broadcast. 20, 10, 8, 4%? 4%? Something like that.
About 4%.
Yeah.
Okay. De Niro.
I've been a strong advocate. Wait, what?
Sorry, Jay looked in fucking shape, dude. Like she's always in shape, but she looked very healthy.
I'll play it for you. I'll play it.
Shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
Look at this shit. I want Eminem on my screen.
That wasn't Eminem.
Is that Melina?
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I'm choking. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, who the fuck was that?
Was that Molina?
No.
Was it Rosa Mendez?
That was, who the was he?
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack. Oh, shucky.
I know who that is.
That's Caitlyn.
Caitlyn.
Oh, Katie Vick?
No.
Katie Vick.
R.I.P.
Word, respect to Katie Vick. She had it rough.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She had it real rough.
Oh,
Anyway,
fuck.
this matchup.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry. It was whatever. Jay Cargill looked great. I definitely think that Jay Cargill should be on this show every single week. She's money, great personality. She's a champion. She's a TBS champion on TBS. She should be on this show every single week in a matchup. And the more matches that she has, the better she's going to get because she's going to get more experience and ring time. So definitely, I'm not mad at this. Marina Shafir, definitely though.
Her bro kick is the business.
Oh, hell yeah.
You get so much airtime off of that thing.
The only problem is Marina Shafir. She needs a lot of work. I don't think she's ready for
I don't understand
television yet.
How much more work can you get? She's been doing this for like 9 years.
Then it's just not for you.
Yeah. It's the reason like Jessamine Duke isn't around. Is this you can only put so much work in before that work ain't paying off.
Yeah, I mean,
don't think Marina's like that bad. I haven't seen like a lot of botches or like maybe she's like Lita with 2 left feet, but like she's not like Cameron bad.
Yeah, she ain't a funkadactyl or whatever they called him.
Oh,
yeah, that's it.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, there's not much I could really say about this.
I don't want to spend more on the segment than the segment lasted.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I know. I just wanted to digress as a women's.
That's the thing we do sometimes.
Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah. Speaking of spending time, I want to spend time on this because I want to get your takes on these, man. These vignettes, man. I'm fucking loving it. It's fantastic to see the House of Black's vignettes. It's so incredible. This one you saw recently, one. Oh my god. I fucking loved it. I was just like, whoa. It's like
I'm chilling right now about how much I enjoyed this particular emotional journey that 90 seconds took me for.
Fucking preach it, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I am House of Black. I thought this was, and everyone did. You can't fucking lie to me and tell me you did not feel how I felt. You thought this was a goodbye to our leader. You thought this was a let's move on. Let's just put him to rest. Let's just see what we can do with the 3 of them. And he's back and he's black. And Aleister Black is still all elite. And I had a little moment. I was very excited for this because I thought he was Dunskies. I thought he was on his way out. I know he had that tweet that says, "Don't worry, I just need some time off. I'm not going anywhere."
Yeah.
Still cryptic. We don't have to know what that meant. He's not leaving AEW, or he's also alluded to leaving pro wrestling in general. I love that the narration was by Brody. I love that the acting was done by Julia Hart, who is an amazing. I mean, from a cheerleader to a goth chick, we've seen it before, obviously with Alexa Bliss, but she's doing it in a different way. It's a lot more Wednesday Addams and less Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this new iteration, like, I didn't have any problems with the prior iteration. They just went on a losing streak with those trios titles that they didn't win. I was just very excited. I wasn't expecting this at all, and I was definitely not expecting that twist at the end. So let's go.
All right, so we're talking about that. Give us your take on this vignettes that we're seeing about the elite being deleted. You know how like you saw that little vignette when they
they didn't show one of those this week though, correct? That was only
they did one.
They showed them winning the trios titles and then deleting the footage.
Right. No, I've seen that vignette, but did they air it last night?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed that because I definitely saw it last week. No, they're coming back. It's not like they're like getting fired or canned or contracts are written out.
Yeah, this is how Tony Khan's telling them, "You're not coming back. I'm deleting you for real."
Yeah, no, like I don't know what the angle is. Like, I'm just curious. What like? Are they gonna make us think that it's all Delete Wrestling or what? You know, like I don't know.
Or do you feel that they may be like going out since they deleted like them being the first ever trios champion, and they put Death Triangle as like the first? That's what they did in this little vignette.
They're not putting like an asterisk above it, like they technically never won.
No, yeah, right. But do you feel like
I don't know. Maybe they're going to be like, you can't delete us. We are elite. You know, like they're going to show up and be like the NWO who kept getting locked out of like companies or something like that. Like, let us back in. We're breaking in. This is our thing. Like hostile takeover. I don't know. I have no idea where this angle's going.
You know what? I would love if these two angles were parallel, because
House of Black versus the Elysians.
That would really interest me. Like, say finally, you know, you have the Elite return. They talk about how good it is to be back, and all of a sudden, the lights go out, go back on. House of Black just takes them all out.
Yeah.
Like, think about how good of a trios matchup the House of Black versus the Elite would be.
Woo!
Like, I would love if that's the case. And you know,
Julia Hart versus Brandon Cutler, I'm into it. People forget she can wrestle. She can
wrestle.
Yeah, she's not Penelope Ford good, but she's getting there. She's young. She's only like 19 and a half.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Cutler could maybe not. Maybe, put Julia Hart versus Michael Nakazawa.
Oh God.
Nah, I would rather see Brandon Cutler than Nakazawa. But yeah, I think it's really cool that both these teams are coming back. It does feel like AEW is starting to get their stars back, and it's really cool to see, because I was so excited to see Kenny Omega back when he finally did return, because I'm a huge Kenny Omega fan, and then all this shit went down and he was instantly right back out. So I'm excited to see Kenny Omega back. Malachi Black is one of my favorite wrestlers, so I'm glad to see Malachi Black, first of all, feel like he's in a mental like spot where he could be back in wrestling, which is awesome to see that he went through and dealt with whatever he was dealing with. So really cool to see him back. And yeah, it's going to be awesome to see where they go with these. I just hope that there's actually a direction, because the House of Black is one of the coolest factions in wrestling today. And they were so like directionless before Malachi Black took his hiatus. So I hope that there's a plan, and not only a plan, but I hope that there's at least gold in mind, whether it's tag titles, singles, or trios titles, because Malachi Black, Malachi Black definitely deserves to hold gold. So does Buddy and Brody. So let's make it happen.
I totally agree. I mean, I hope that Tony Khan can literally go back to the board itself, to the blueprint, and how you want to book these individuals. You can make them your versions of the Ministry, or Bray Wyatt, but obviously their own entity, of course. But meaning is like, hey, these could be that type of like evil for AEW that you need, especially in Malachi. Like Malachi has that. He wanted to do that in WWE, but Vince and Kennedy McMahon, they didn't want to do that, so that's why he requested his release and wanted to leave. They didn't want to move forward with that. Papa H wanted him back. Like, hey, that was the gimmick that we had going on NXT, happening at NXT on SmackDown. But of course, Vince put his hands on it and went to shit. So, and now with having Buddy Murphy and having, Brody King and Julia Hart, it's great. This is a great faction for me. I think you could really go with something with this faction.
Yeah, for sure.
Have them, give them the trios belt. Who cares? Give her maybe the TBS title, or something. I mean,
that's a bold statement.
I know.
I wouldn't have her beat Jay Cargill.
No.
That would be like Gilbert beating Goldberg.
Well, or create a fucking AEW Women's Dark Elevation title or something. I don't care. Something to give her or something.
Give her gold. Just give her gold.
Something at least. Just something to get that faction going, and really take advantage of using them and having them there. That's what I would like to see. I hope we see that. These vignettes is like the reincarnation of them. You know, their body deceased, and then they're getting buried on by the sea, burned. I like it. It reminds how, I felt that like what director feels. It's like a cleansing, and you're reincarnating yourself. Like, hell yeah, you're washing all that.
Yeah, and I love that they took him out to the Lake of Immortality or whatever Matt Hardy's backyard compound had.
Oh yeah,
which is what it looked like to me. The Lake of, what was that called?
Reincarnation.
The Lake of Reincarnation. Yeah,
it kind of looked like that's where they were at. Which
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They're in Florida.
Wonderful.
It's in Florida, so I think.
No, they're
North
not
Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah.
North Carolina. That's right.
North Kakalaki.
North Kakalaki. But yeah, and then with the Elite, I wouldn't mind seeing the Elite facing these guys. One thing I know, I will get what happened. I'm going to say very quick so we can move on. Can we please? I think when Chris said it on Turnbuckle debate, it's do or bust, make it a story or retire. And you know what I'm talking about, of course. Imagine all this fucking time, all this trolling, and if it does happen, imagine he's the one deleting all that shit. And then it turns out that, and turn it to story.
I would not hate that.
I would not hate it either. But like you said it, at Turnbuckle debate, it's either make it the story or retire.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
There's no third option. Now he's not going back to main roster, so it's just handle it.
No. Hell no. So I mean, imagine if that could be that story. I'll be like, hell yeah, you trolled Meltzer, you trolled everybody, you trolled us. Fuck yeah, you guys fucking did it. Thank you. I will be happy if they do that, but you never know. Oh,
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I wouldn't be mad at it either. Now, time for the main event this evening. That's the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Samoa Joe defending the Ring of Honor World Television Championship versus Brian the Machine Cage. Now, this match, I'm going to say very brief for me. Samoa Joe sold the shit out of Brian Cage. He made Cage look good in this match. He took a lot of bumps for him. And especially that pump handle, like backflip. Like, oh my God, I was scared for a minute. Like, fuck, that he landed like literally on his face completely.
Yeah.
Like, it just looked kind of scary there. And then the front flip accords that he did Cage to Samoa really sold for it. It made this guy look good. I really enjoyed this. I know a lot of people are, yes, this is why I said a lot of the people were saying this was not the best Dynamite. There's a couple of haters out there, but
I mean, it didn't cross my mind to put it on the list. If you said make it top 5, I don't know if I would have considered this on that list.
No, I wouldn't put it top 5 either. I just say it's just, I like that we've seen something different for the first time. We've seen Brian.
Yeah, that I'll definitely say different. I'll say definitely a very outside the box, even for AEW Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, preach it, director. Preach it.
I don't know what they're doing with the Brian Cage character. Like, you get a title shot, you lose, so you immediately just get the other title shot, and then you lose. So now he's jobbed out twice to 2 champions, but it's what's next for Brian Cage? Like, his stock goes down.
Yeah,
and it's weird because I don't know if he's ever been on a losing streak. Especially like this soon, back to back, week to week. So I don't know what plans are for Brian Cage. I mean, technically he's in Ring of Honor, right? That's like where his contract's written.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Ring of Honor is not a thing, so he's in AEW. So now we're gonna get the tag match of War Joe versus the Embassy and Cage now. Like, I don't know what's next for him that's gonna bring his stock back up, because former FTW champion, former like badass Brian Cage is now losing a lot. So yeah, that's a question mark that I have. It's a different match than the War Dog match. I think that was a better, more entertaining match between Cage and Wardlow. But Joe's a different wrestler. Joe's a more, big hitter, tactical, methodical, where Wardlow's, a little bit flashier like Cage was. So, decent match. Yeah, it's fine. It's weird to see Cage tap a guy that the Wolverine tapping out to a rear naked choke.
Yeah.
It is what it is. They're moving this weird storyline between the mid card AEW champs and I think the Embassy, right? Is that the major players that are opposing these guys?
Yeah.
Or right. Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they're outnumbered, right? There's like 4 or 5 in the kingdom and just Warjo or the 2. And then FTR, I guess, comes in every now and then. So
yeah,
I think that's what we're leading to is like a big tag match between the 2 warring factions. But that's about it. I don't know what's next for Brian Cage. He needs some big wins. Like they already now have moved Hobbs into the picture, which is magnificent. A little late for it, like it should have happened sooner, but I'm glad it happened. So I cannot wait. The outcome of this made me want War Dog and Hobbs more. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if that was the intended outcome. Was at the end of Joe and Brian Cage main event. I just want to see Hobbs and Wardlow. Like,
we're gonna get into that.
I don't know if that was if that's a backfire effect or if that was the intended effect, but they sold that match more than this one for me.
Oh no, yeah, we're gonna get into that one after this match. But go ahead, Drake. Go ahead, Dinner. Take it away from this one.
This was a good matchup. Definitely a different style for Brian Cage to wrestle. Samoa Joe being a bigger guy, like you said, more methodical, more submission based, more hard strikes. I like the chemistry. I thought it was nice to see Samoa Joe defend that title because we have all these Ring of Honor champions defending the title, but Samoa Joe was just in the tag team and hasn't really defended that title since Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. So it was cool to see him defend that title against Brian Cage. But I mean, good match. I don't think I would have made this the main event though. That's the only thing. Good matchup. Did not feel like a main event. It felt like something should have came on after this. So.
Yeah, I think it was selling that Hobbs thing. I think this was like the appetizer to that steak.
Most definitely.
Yeah, well, just get into that. That's what I want to get into. Like you mentioned earlier, Director, we finally seen Wardlow and Hobbs. You mentioned that this should have happened already a while back.
Well, not that this match should have happened, but the Hobbs should have been in the picture.
Yeah. In the feud, yeah.
I know that we had to get over the Ricky Starks angle, which is beautiful. That how that match. That whole storyline was perfect. The timing, the pacing, it ended exactly when it needed to end. It didn't go on for 6 more months. I know Starks is out with a disc injury or a back injury, something like that.
Well,
last I heard, it was something with his back, I believe.
Yeah, Stark is definitely on the DL.
Yeah.
So which sucks because Starks is the next Rock of AEW. There's no goddamn way you can deny that. The guy's just pure charisma. I mean, this is DeLorean's format right now. I was just kind of interjecting.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's everybody.
It's everybody. I forgot to say. Wait, I already talked about this. It's your turn.
No, yeah. So I'm just like you. I think that Hobbs should have been in the title picture a long time ago. He's a great wrestler and definitely, no pun intended, is a powerhouse. So I think that him and Wardlow was the dream match for that TNT title that a lot of people thought of. We got a little taste of it when they were in that casino ladder match. I believe that was at Revolution or whatever, where they were both in that ladder match with Keith Lee and all them. So always want to see a one-on-one between these two guys. I would not be opposed to Wardlow dropping that title to Hobbs. I think Hobbs deserves it.
That's interesting. Here's my problem with that. Is that they haven't booked Wardlow constantly defending that belt. That's the problem. If you're going to do that to Hobbs, it's going to be the same shit. This is why I digress about this TNT belt. Because it's not defended how we want it to be defended.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I look at it wrong. I like this feud. I like, this feud should have begun a little bit earlier. But finally, we're getting something new. Finally, we get Hobbs on TV, and now we're getting Wardlow a reason why he should be defending his TNT title. But I don't mind this to be a trilogy, to be honest with you. I know they don't do repetitive matches. I mean, they just did one with Cardigan, of course, of Marina Shafir, but that's not really. But, but however it is, I don't mind seeing this going along because now you're giving him more of a challenge to Wardlow. This is where we should see Lance Archer involved too, even though we saw Wardlow and Archer. Give us even Butcher and Blade involved. Get them, get again. Why not? But keep Wardlow busy. Keep him in. Give him the TV time. Give that TNT title prestige. And then with these two guys, it makes sense for me to see this match, which is going to happen at Full Gear. I think it's going to happen at Full Gear. This is in the book itself. By next week or by next Wednesday or Friday, we're going to see the challenge. Well, yeah, we're gonna call you out of Full Gear, man. Yeah, I'll put you out to Full Gear. We see Wardlow already. Yeah, Lord! Oh, Chris can do it. I can't do the face.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh God.
That's just what he looks like.
That's what he looks like. In there, and you get booked, and that's it. We get a Full Gear match. I mean, that was everybody expecting, right? Do we see that? I mean, both of you guys?
100%.
Yeah, we have 2.5 weeks. So 2 Dynamites, 2 Dark, 2 Elevations, or 2 Rampages. I mean,
we have
plenty of story time.
Yeah,
story time.
You have about 4 shows you could do it on. So
yeah,
plus the YouTube show, the countdown shows, you could definitely build this up to be.
I don't need to have 6 months of title lead up. This isn't WrestleMania, so
we don't need Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus for this.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I like the fact how they. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree. This is but I feel like how the way they're this storyline reminds me of Batista and. Fuck, who could I say is the other person? Anybody, any like big guy. Like I would say that at the time when Batista was the world heavyweight champion, when he first had his first second run, no, first run, when he beat a Triple H after, I forgot who he faced. I forgot who the fuck he faced. But I like this though. But I want to see more for both of these guys, like more TV time, more different. That's why I digress about it. It's why I have a problem with it. Because this is like, and okay, so they do it. So what? And it's the same how we got the announcement, of course, Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm for the Inter Women's Championship at Full Gear. I'm excited. Director is the one who called it anyways. So he called this. It was like way before this is going to happen at Full Gear. So this was your call. So good call on that. Good call on that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen,
give the director a job. I mean. Constantly,
and that Britt Baker, Tony Storm, that whole thing, that's going to be. I can see Hayter even winning it, and Britt turns on her. It's either going to be Britt. It's going to be Hayter either gets a bunch of near falls, and that last near fall Britt interrupts or like stops her from winning, and is like, "That's my belt. We can't be, like that's the turn." Or Hayter actually does win it, which would be cool too. And then Britt still turns on her. But either way, Britt's turning on Hayter. It's not even like I would if you could gamble in Vegas on this, I would do it.
Mm-hmm. And then also even though we didn't bring up the vignettes, I mean the Soraya, excuse me, and then the Daddy Billy Ass's fucking birthday bash.
I can cover that.
Not much
quick.
time.
Those segments are getting a little too long, but I like that it was a commercial for the foam fingers. Dope, but cut it down by 4 minutes, and I'll be a lot happier.
Most definitely, I'm gonna call him Billy Ass from now on.
Yeah.
Billy Ass.
That
is right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A great 2-hour fantastic show because we had a good Crown Jewel because that was like the biggest one we had to go through. But before this, you go, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget. And I'm going to do it very quick. Don't forget to watch it with AEW Rampage, of course. We're going to have Orange Cassidy versus Shibata. Mike Tyson will be, of course, a commentary. You're going to have Britt Baker, DMD versus Jamie Hayter versus Madison Rayne and Sky Blue. And also, you're going to have Ricky Starks. We're going to hear from him. We'll see what he says. And also, don't forget, November 11th, Fake Destroyed.
Oh, hey!
47. Share. Follow Fake Destroyed and catch it on November 11th, ladies and gentlemen.
That blew me away, man. I gotta go take care of something. So I'm gonna say goodbye now.
Take care, man. We appreciate you.
I'll let you know in the comments what that means. When I say I gotta take care of something, I think you know what I'm talking about. But I love you guys. I will see you soon.
Most definitely. Love you, bro.
Cool. And tomorrow, I guess, top 5. I had it.
Last thing's right here is tomorrow.
Oh, man. Go for it today. I'm going to put it for you. You do it.
Oh, man. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, but we'll try this.
All right, there you go. 3, 2, 1.
Don't forget Rampage Live this upcoming Friday. We're going to have Orange Cassidy going against the legendary Katsuyori Shibata. We also have Ricky Starks making a special appearance. We're going to have a live special appearance from Mike Tyson. Also, don't forget we're going to have Dr. Britt Baker DMD. Oh, I was not fast enough. Dr. Britt Baker DMD and Jimmy Hayter versus Madison Rain and Sky Blue. Also, don't forget on 11/11/22 we're going to have Fate Destroyed coming out with a new song 47. It's funny that it's 11/11/22 because if you add 11 plus 11 equals 22.
Oh yeah, we fucking. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh fuck yeah. Oh man. Oh, that was I love it. Instant classic.
We'll have to clip that.
Oh, we're gonna have to clip all of that.
All of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in here on episode 126. Of course, I have to give the outro.
Transform and roll out.
As we're rolling out of here, of course, but don't forget to follow and subscribe right here on the COD channel. Make sure you follow Fate Destroyed, follow the Wrestling Delorean Podcast on all the social media platforms and audio platforms. And, of course, De Niro, as he mentioned, he'll be back and better than before. Of course, a lot of things are, he's feeling, because he was feeling.
It's because you're not feeling oozy? Very oozy.
He wasn't really feeling loosey, so
yeah,
I mean, it takes his time, but he'll get there.
Let's put it this way: my new job stole my oos. My new job stole my.
Oh man!
Tell me, he didn't just say that.
Yes, that's right. But he did. But he'll be back. He'll be back in action, better than ever. Mr. DeLorean himself, that will take you anywhere, everywhere, back in time. Make sure you follow the Wrestling Delorean Podcast on Instagram, on Twitter, and, of course, on Twitch, and, of course, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere. And also here on the COD YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
Make sure.
And while you're there on all those platforms, you can also subscribe to the Circle of Debate.
That is right. And also one more thing, which I forgot to wear.
Oh. Talk about this right here. This little thing right here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, your lovely merch, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
Copy.
You see it. That's right there. You get the Halloween merchandise there. You see De Niro's already wearing it. I got here late, so I'll wear it tomorrow for sure on our top 5 and our New Japan show. Make sure you purchase it. Click on our bio. Click on LINKTREE. It's still going on. It will be all the way to the holidays. So you guys will have that opportunity to have it all the way. And, of course, coming soon, you will have a DeLorean, of course, merchandise on the website as well. Make sure purchase everything out. And then pretty soon we'll have a little special for you guys. A little percentage, discount for you guys. Coming soon. That's for sure. And once again, and do not forget, Manscaped, ladies and gentlemen. Manscaped. One more time for all of our audio platform listeners. Get 20% off any of the merchandise you purchase from Manscaped.com. Enter the promo code DeLorean and purchase anything from Manscaped for all the ladies and the gents as well, because you want to keep those genitals nice and clean. That's nice.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Because
balls will thank you.
Yes, even though it's no November, but hey, at least you're keeping them nice and ready for December, because you're gonna give them that December to dismember, if you know what I mean. And of course, to all of our audio platform listeners, muchas gracias por escucharnos aquí, Circo Debate. A todo Latinoamérica, muchas gracias por todo el apoyo y el soporte que nos han dado aquí. Gracias por escuchar aquí en ese fantástico 2 horas y media aquí con nosotros. Te agradecemos mucho. No se olviden de suscribir a nuestro canal de YouTube, a seguir a The Wrestling Delorean y a nosotros Circo Debate y a Fate Destroyed. Suscriben para que agarren las notificaciones a la campana. Saludos a toda Latinoamérica, Nicaragua, Colombia, Venezuela, Brasil, México, Italia, Dominica República Americana, Salvador, Honduras, toda Latinoamérica. Saludos a todos. Gracias por escucharnos y le agradecemos mucho. Y síguenos aquí en el Circo Debate. And all of our European listeners to Fiji, to Sweden, Switzerland, the UK, Belgium, Germany, everybody out there, especially Italy, what I mentioned earlier, buongiorno, guten Tag, mi gestil das gut, tschüss, and Vietnam, the Philippines, thank you so much for listening to us. I wish Matt was here to speak Philippines, but he's not here. De Niro, let them know, let the rest of the English audiences know.
Yes, follow the Circle of Debate here on the Circle Debate YouTube channel. New episodes of the Circle Debate every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't know if the New Japan show is going to be on this Friday because we have a big show coming up on Sunday. Oh, on Saturday, the Battle Autumn show. But usually the show will be on Tuesday. So you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of Circle Debate action. And then you have Monday, Wednesday, Friday of Wrestling Delorean action. So lots of content coming out of this channel. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment below. Thank you to all our fans from all over the world. We appreciate you so much. All the great debaters, all the Wrestling Delorean passengers. Thank you so much for riding with us. We appreciate it more than you guys know. It's because of you that we keep on doing this shit. So we love you guys, and we will catch you on the next one.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it right. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with a predictions for New Japan Battle Autumn for November 5th, Saturday show that is happening right during the time of the Crown Jewel event. But don't forget, Saturday morning, we will be live as well doing a watch-along for the very first time here at this channel, a watch-along with Clark Street Wrestling Podcast, with the Tribal Chief of Podcast in Devon, the TK of Podcasts, the Banger Podcasting, Tim King from the Wrestling Index Podcast, and, of course, Mr. Universal himself, Nick Dieterding from the Universal Wrestling Podcast. So make sure you follow us for these upcoming, and also the top 5 later in the evening as well tomorrow night. So we're doing a double header for you guys. So we're busy. And coming soon, hopefully by Monday, you guys will get the PCW Ultra Set in Stone vlog will be coming out for you guys. And you guys like the New Japan one, you're going to like this PCW Ultra. Stay tuned for that. And we got a lot more coming because we got the UFC coming up next week. We got, the predictions for another event that's coming up next week. There's so much shit. So much good shit.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played that shit all day. I you know what? I need to play it.
Such good shit.
This is such good shit.
Such good shit. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're back tomorrow. We got to see you. Don't forget that the rest of the DeLorean, Circle Debate, the league itself, the Wolfpack itself, the Fate Destroyed itself. We don't just all do podcasting. We make history.
Professional wrestling, bigger than will over and over make over and over history over and over and over and over. Must bid you adieu, a goodbye, and good night.